Hello, welcome back to Mr. Arsenal podcast for another Matchday Watchalong. And it's the Europeans going to reborn, restarted, however you want to go about it. We, as a club at Arsenal, have been out of Europe for a season now. And we're back. After a year out, we've come back in the Europa League. The Matchday one, we're away, as you can see, to FC Zürich in Switzerland. Liam's just joining me backstage, going on his way, and Joe will be joining us throughout the stream as well. Big up to Nemeth, it's all in the chat as well. Everyone up the Arsenal, coming you Gunners, guys, even there saying hello to everyone already before he comes in later. I'm just going to bring in Joel now. Liam, sorry. How you doing, Liam?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. Sorry, it's just a bit late working.
No, it's only a couple minutes, that's fine. Usually not late, so at the end of the stream, mate.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. I don't like being late.
No, that's all cool. Kev Campbell and Keane are doing the punditry for BT Sport, by the way. Didn't notice that until now. But yeah, obviously say the lineup was here. A few changes from Sunday as we expected. One particular change I wanted hasn't happened though, in terms of giving Gabriel a rest and putting Saliba and Holding together instead. Instead, we've got Holding and Gabriel. We'll see how that pans out. But obviously, Matt Turner's making his full Arsenal debut, competitive debut in goal for Arsenal since he's moved to us in the summer. We've got Tomiyasu back at right back, Holding, Gabriel, as I mentioned already. Tierney's back at left back. The pivot is the same as the weekend because that's all we've pretty much got in Sambi and Granit Xhaka. And a first outing and start for Fabio Vieira and Marquinhos, along with Martinelli and Eddie's leading line up front. And on the bench, we've got a few new names and all that on the bench. We've got Ramsdale, we've got Carl Hain, Ben White, Saliba, Zinchenko, Matt Smith, the Doctor, Odegaard, Surgeon, Corza, Dubry, Saka, and Jesus. I mean, yeah, we're not full kit, by the way. That's the shirt we're wearing, that the team are wearing, so we thought, well, I thought I'd wear it anyway, and obviously you're doing the same thing as me. Mr. Tom needs to behave himself because at least we've got European football, unlike them. But Liam, what are your thoughts on the lineup and your thoughts ahead of tonight's game after what happened on Sunday?
Yeah, the lineup's pretty solid, isn't it? If we're being totally on the show, like you look at the fullbacks, they were our first choice fullbacks last year, Tomiyasu and Tierney, so they both got injured. Gabriel, I think he's lucky to be playing tonight. Not really been impressed out of all the defenders with him so far this season. And I think, if I'm being frankly honest, I think he needs to up his game a little bit. Maybe that's why he's playing him tonight, to try and play him into a little bit more into form. Probably the reality is, though, that he's a left-sided centre-back is the reason why he's playing him. Rob Holding will do a job, and he's Zürich, so I'm not really concerned about defence whatsoever. Centre midfield does worry me because is Thomas Partey back Sunday? If he's not, is this going to be?
Rumours are having it that he'll be back in full training, but obviously with what's going on here in the UK with the monarchy at the moment, there might not be a game at the weekend if the worst happens.
Yeah, but well, yeah, there is that as well. But if you put that to kind of one side a minute, in terms of these two players, if one of these guys get injured now, Sam being a Xhaka,
we're done for. Yeah, assuming everything's normal going ahead for the weekend.
Yeah,
in normal circumstances, then if that happens, then we are buggered because I think Partey's. I don't think he'll be ready for Everton. I'm not sure, but I think he will be back from next Thursday onwards, from PSV onwards, from what we're being told anyway.
Yeah, I guess we haven't really got much else to play with, have we? The other option could be to play Zinchenko in centre midfield, but he has been injured, so he's come back. So I guess that's the reason not. Will he potentially play Zinchenko for one half today? Maybe that might be an option. Maybe if we can get the first half done and dusted and get the game won, or in the first 60 minutes, he might bring Zinchenko and Odegaard on for the last half hour and kind of rotate them. That could be an option as well. Great to see Vieira in. I thought he did all right for his cameo role against Man United. Because not really many people did kind of obviously stand out in the last 20 minutes, understandably, when we went 3-1 down. Martinelli, yet again, obviously, there is really no one else is there, so he's got to play again.
Goes out injured, yeah.
Yeah, I hope we don't overburden him and overuse him. We don't want to get him. If we lose him, then he's going to be a massive loss for us because I think he's been superb during the season. So, hopefully he won't play the whole game. I'm really looking forward to seeing Marquinhos, though. Like, we've heard a lot of good things about him. It'd be really good to see him playing, see what he can do for us. And Eddie Nketiah out front, do you know what? I think he's been superb every time he's come on. And even against Man United on Sunday when we did go 3-1 down, he was still trying to make things happen. Potentially could have got a penalty as well from our old mate Harry Maguire, but we know that we don't get penalties at Old Trafford for Harry Maguire anyway at the best of times. So, we should win this quite comfortably. I'll be disappointed if we didn't win this by 2-3 goals, if I'm being totally honest. I think the team's pretty solid, and I think it's quite exciting to see players like Marquinhos out. I'm just a bit worried about Sam being a shackle. I just can't get another injury.
Yeah. Just going to bring Joel in. He hasn't the team down with his shirt choice tonight, but it is what it is. How you doing, Joel?
I'm all right. I'm all good, thanks. You?
Sorry,
I didn't get the memo. I just, you know what I mean? I can't win.
Just in case, mate. Just in case.
It kind of has black in it. Black in it.
Yeah. But no, to be fair, I'm well chuffed with the lineup. I think it's a positive move as well. I think especially Matt Turner. I think it's going to be great to see Matt Turner get a look in because it's difficult, isn't it, when you've got a keeper like Ramsdale, who he's not just a good keeper, is he? He's a leader. He's the full works. He's commanding at the back. He's shown his worth, hasn't he? So to take someone like that out is always so difficult. So this competition at this point is very good for Matt Turner, isn't it? And like you were saying, Liam, I think Nketiah, if he gets goals today, I think that really puts the pressure on. You know, he's one of those players, isn't he? If he starts getting the goals like we saw towards the end of last season, he becomes such a danger. And, you know, he could nick the odd starting place, couldn't he? You know, we're not saying the big games, but, you know, when a player's on form and he gets goals, that's what you want, isn't it? So
I'd like to see, do you know what, Joe? I'd love to see how we could try and accommodate Nketiah and Jesus in the same team.
I think a couple of games back, wasn't it? He put the two in and it worked. They had brilliant, you know, it worked together really well. So I think let's just see, really. Let's just see. I think, as I say, Europa's a great time to do this. And great to see Marquinhos in there. I think that lad is going to... He's just an Arsenal player, isn't he? He's just going to be another one of those young lads that are going to break the mould, I think. Sambi Lokonga, I think it's good just to keep the confidence level up. I think he had to be put in against Man United. It's a difficult game anyway, isn't it? But, you know, let's build him back up again. And, yeah, nice to see Holding as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
You know, I rate Holding. A lot of people go on about Holding and all the rest of it, but I'll tell you, he does the job, doesn't he? And he loves being at Arsenal. He's had multiple opportunities, hasn't he, to leave?
Last few years, yeah.
And, yeah, he's always been held in, and there's obviously a reason for that, and it's because he's that big, strong backup guy, and I think you don't mind being that guy.
Yeah, when he doesn't... What was it, the documentary you mentioned?
Never moaned.
Doesn't moan, though, but he mentions it, but in a joyful way, not like a, okay, I'm just here to make up the numbers sort of thing. Like he said, it's a team game. If it means I've got to come on and help shore up the game, get a result, so be it.
Yeah,
and that's the sort of mentality we need at our club.
He's there to fight for a place as opposed to, you know, fight to get football time to then move on. He wants to fight to give Arsenal the best chance, and that's like an El Neni, isn't it? They're the players that you need. They are solid squad players. So, yeah, I'm buzzing for it, to be honest. It's great to have European football back, I think, is the biggest thing.
Last year killed me. I'll be honest, it killed not having European football any Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday in our case. It was just so draining. The week just went on a bit longer. At least we've got that now, and also I think mentioned on Sunday, Joel. In terms of obviously what happened on Sunday, I think Liam or Gabe said that basically us having a game on Thursday could benefit us because it gives us that chance, immediate chance to not think about the previous game, get our heads down, get a result,
just
and
get into gear again, innit?
And get back into the gear and get back into good momentum again for the next game, whenever that may be, because circumstances and all that.
I think that was a bit of our problem last year. If you looked at our games where we went on winning sprees, but then we went on losing sprees, didn't we? We didn't have that game in the middle, and maybe there was too much thinking.
There was no consistency. Consistency.
Like we didn't have a game like this to then get that out of our system.
Yeah.
And this is the perfect game, isn't it? You know, this is a game where there's potentially a lot of goals in there. There's a good chance to play good football.
Yeah.
And this is what they need, you know, to sort of. Did we play badly against Man United? I wouldn't say we played badly.
No.
I'd just say
we switched off.
Certain things didn't go our way, but at the same time, that was a learning curve. We've got a young team. I think people forget that they're, you know, and I know we can't use that excuse forever, but you know, maybe that dent in the armour on Sunday made us realise that we're not unbeatable. We've got to go into every game and fight.
Yeah, we've got to take our chances and things when they come across and all that. Because we did miss a few as well in that game. I mean, the one for me I'm looking forward to seeing is Fabio Vieira. We saw a bit of him on Sunday. He looked class. I mean, like,
and a lot of money spent.
Eddie's been raving him up as well. Like, you wait till you see him. You haven't seen him play yet because obviously pre-season he got injured.
Yeah.
Like, you wait till you see him and you'll see what he has to our team. Again, he can play where he's playing tonight. He can play anywhere across the front three or front four, you can call it. But he just looks. People are saying he's got a bit of a Fabregas Santi combined mixture of the talents they had in the Arsenal way. He's progressive. Just again, he gets the ball, but he looks to split that defence up.
Because how much was he? He weren't cheap, was he?
35 million.
Yeah,
34,
so
34.
Yeah,
the money's nowhere, by the way.
Money's there, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, Liam's right. It was 34, not 35.
Bastards. Let me have my moment.
No, but yeah, let's see. There's some great kids out there today, aren't there? And as I say, it's good to see Matt Turner getting the look in because, you know, they spoke very highly of him in America. So
Gary will be on in and out the stream. He said already during the game. So there's a few.
You don't spend 34 million on it.
No, sorry. I'm just saying, guys. But Sky is saying how he thought of he is in the States in terms of what he does for the US national team. Yeah. So you don't. Also, you can't be a national team number one. Be so sought after and come to a club like Arsenal and not be any good. I know we've put with Arsenal, but he wasn't a number one for a national team. He was like number two or number three, whatever it was. So there's got to be something about him, obviously. And he's an Arsenal fan as well. I think that sort of will help him. I think
that speaks volume, doesn't it?
And help build a bond with the fans as well. And the fans want him to do well, even more so then. And I want to see what he does. I mean, Leno's screwed himself now. He waited till Fulham. He got Fulham out the way first. He got the Arsenal game against Fulham out the way first, and then he started complaining. So I'd leave him to it.
But we've seen this all before, haven't we, lads?
Yeah,
we've seen this all before.
Yeah.
You know, Martinez.
So I'm all for.
Martinez cried in the final. You know, said how he loved it there, and then the next minute, you know, I wasn't given my chances. I wasn't this. I wasn't that. I was promised this. I wasn't. But
and all that crap. Yeah,
not being horrible. He could have moved years prior to that. He had opportunities.
Yeah, Reading wanted him.
You know,
he didn't put out there.
But you know, anyway,
I ain't really got much sympathy for Leno.
I mean, no. I mean,
right.
He's like, apart from the Villa game, that aside, because he had to come in with Ramsdale's injury, his last game before that, he let 5 goals against City, and they all looked.
But that was the story of the season, wasn't it? For like a season before that, was just
he make mistakes.
He weren't. Don't get me wrong, he was a good shot stopper and he had his good games. I ain't going to sit there and say it was a bad signing for us because he weren't a bad signing. I wouldn't sit there and say he was a great signing either. Like he was very much the problem of all that the defensive issues of season 4. Like remember the goal against Everton at home when we lost 1-0.
Like, I know rash a lot of the time. Rash decisions.
And it was just like I don't think he communicated well. Like, I think that's where Ramsdale's so much better, that he communicates much better with his defence. I think Leno's a bit of a mute at times, if I'm being totally honest. But he is a good shot stopper, and I ain't going to say I didn't like him, because I liked him as a person, and I thought he was a good goalkeeper. But I don't feel sorry for him, because I don't think he deserved to be in the team last season after the performance the season before.
Yeah, see, I think when you look back at keepers that we've had, I don't. I liked Leno. I'm not just going to have a dig because he's not here now. Like we were saying, the three of us, he was a good keeper. He served us well. I'm not going to. But, when I look further back to when we had the Polish 1 and 2, I thought they were great keepers. I genuinely, I thought Fabianski was a loyal. I thought he never moaned. He got on with the job. And when he went to West Ham, I wished him well, because he got that number 1 spot he'd been after for so long.
Yeah.
And he did well with that. And look where Chesney went on to do. We don't. I can't say we don't get crap keepers, because Runnelson's.
We've got a couple. We've got Mark Poon.
But when you look at, I think the 2 we've got now, and you've got the young lad as well, haven't you?
Arthur Kwanko.
Yeah, I think it's there's a good crop there, isn't there? At one point we were struggling, defence and goalkeepers alike, weren't we? We were struggling generally, and now I think Ramsdale is knocking on the door of the England number 1 shirt. I don't think it's long, to be perfectly honest.
Well, now Pickford's injured as well. I think this is his chance to grab it and run with it.
I think this is it. Really, and I think he's better than Pickford anyway at a Premier League level. I think it's just the fact that he does so well for England that he keeps people out.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see. I think it's. What's your prediction for this one then, lads? Because it's a bit of an odd one to.
It'll be an interesting one, because obviously our way is our first one in our first
3-0
game in the year,
and I don't really know a lot about them. I've got to be honest. I thought Zürich was a bank.
I picked Martinelli and then Nketiah have a field day.
Yeah, I'm really hoping Nketiah goes out and really shows why we gave him a new contract.
Yeah.
Well, so far this season, from what we've seen the glimpses of him, he has come on for cameo roles.
He's been brilliant.
He's been fantastic. He's you can see this improvement from last season, with the games he did play. There's what he did the last season, and his gameplay now has got better, and he's built himself as well. He's a bit more of a unit, so he can hold up his body. I think Jesus coming in and being that competition for him and being the number 1 at the moment is going to benefit Eddie in the long run, because now Eddie's got someone there that's good enough to keep him on his toes.
I think his style
and learn off of him.
His style, Jesus' style, is very much like Nketiah's, that goal poacher, and I think he's probably said to him, if you get the chance, have a go. If you get the chance, use your skill. You've got your speed. He's been an encouragement to him, hasn't he? So,
yeah. James in the chat says, hello, Ryan the Cannon, and hello, Obi-Wan Genobi.
Honestly, I am grey, mate. All in the sides here. This is coming off soon.
Mate, I'm in your club, mate. I'm in your club, mate. I'm in your club.
You wait until your kid gets bigger, mate. It all happens. It falls out. Can't I just say, what a little legend.
Oh, he is a legend, mate. He is a little legend.
What a legend. I don't mean you, Ryan. I mean...
well, I'm not exactly little, am I? In every sense of the word.
Yeah. But no. Yeah, I think Troy could be in there, That's not a bad shout, Troy.
Yeah. What would be your score prediction then?
I think it's gonna be. I could. It's a strange one, isn't it? It's.
Depends if we turn up. If we can turn up with the right attitude and
I think we
not
will
have
turn up
Sunday
with the
on
right
our minds,
attitude. I don't think there's any problem because you've got a lot of youngsters that have the opportunity to break into the first team here. This is a great opportunity for them to really break in if there's an injury somewhere. You know, Marquinhos, this is a perfect chance for him to flash and show off what he's got.
Yeah.
Same with Vieira.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially Vieira, I think.
And I was watching the Burkamp Wonderland preview before also came live, and Danny made a good point on there. He said over the last few years, when we've been in the Europa League before our absence last year, the likes of Saka, Smith Rowe, Reece Nelson, the players you wouldn't expect to be in the squad now, you had used the Europa League to use that as a platform to be noticed and get that chance in the Premier League squad. And I think because of the problems Vieira had when he first arrived, with the injury he had in pre-season, I think we're going to have the same problem here in terms of he's going to have this as a platform, show his worth, and then that's going to give a massive headache, man.
Yeah. And as you say, you don't pay 34 million for a player that's not going to hit the ground running, in my opinion. He's going to be a player that's going to be used. And you know, I think just see it. But I'm why not? Let's take a punt and go higher. I think, like Liam's saying, they could go out there and have an absolute field day. And I hope they do. Like, you could see an Nketiah hat-trick if he's on it and he really wants it. He'll find the space. I'm going 5.
Oh, I love that. I'll take that tonight.
You're going one more than Troy, are you?
Definitely when you've got Xhaka leading them. Like, you know, Xhaka he's an all guy anyway, isn't he? There's nothing about him. He puts his all out there.
He's had a great start to this season. And I have to say, there's been a big improvement. Don't get me wrong, there probably will be a car crash along the way. But I think he's been brilliant. Whoever he's had beside him, he's kind of really held him and said, come on, let's go. Yeah. And that's what you need. And that's another thing that's proved us wrong, isn't it? The amount of times that Xhaka could have been dumped, sold, whatever. You know, he was basically he was basically in a Roma shirt, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Look at this shit. You know, if you look at this team that's going out there now, like I said earlier on, like Tierney and Tomiyasu, mate, they're like our 2 fullbacks last year. This is a solid side, mate. This is a solid side that we've got going out there.
I love Tomiyasu. That bloke you're in his pocket. He's quality, absolute quality. One of the best signings, I think, for a while in a fullback position.
We definitely need him back in the team.
Yeah.
Yeah, like White's done a good job out there, but I do feel
moving so long to fall apart now. Yeah,
and Partey, I think Partey we've obviously got coming back soon as well. That's a massive relief. So, let's see.
Especially with El Neni now being out for a while now, by the looks of it, whatever his injury is. So we do need, as I say, I think Partey's going to be due back next week. But again, assuming normal circumstances with what's going on in the UK. Assuming it's normal circumstances, he should be back for Thursday. Should be, not to word, that's wood. Mr. Bungles in the chat says, what's cooking, people? I'm expecting the Arsenal Gas Mark 9 roasting all these small fries tonight. But also, talk about Xhaka. He's back in his homeland as well in terms of Switzerland. So this is going to be how he handles the emotion of this as well, because obviously he's in and out of Arsenal as a captain, homeland. Not always been, as you say, the best of times at Arsenal in terms of the relationship between us and him and vice versa. But I think he's slowly turned things around, and again, so far so good in terms of how the season started compared to when you compare how he started to last season.
Has anyone seen how they're doing their league table at the moment, Zürich?
Go on, let me guess.
Mate, if we're not beating him by big numbers, they've played 7.
Someone's changing their prediction.
I am, mate.
6-0. Fuck it,
6-0. 1-0, drawn 2, lost 5.
Oh, fucking hell. That's bad.
So, I'm guessing...
Liam, what are you going for?
5-6-0, mate.
Well, that's the case I'm going 7.
Sounds so stupid now.
No,
5-6-0.
In that case, I'm going 7.
Like, come on, man. They're ninth. They're ninth out of 10-man league, and it's only because they've conceded 1 goal less than the bottom team.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to dive off and watch it, lads. Like Stefan's just put there. Hey, Stefan, isn't it? Yeah, massive shout out to the Queen. I hope she's all right. I know things a bit worrying times at the moment, but yeah, we all stand with her.
Absolutely.
But I think Ryan's frozen in time, so we'll.
Have you changed your scoreline?
Yeah, I'll probably go for about 9, mate. Let's hope. I'd love to see us absolutely go out and drum someone. That'd be the world of confidence for these youngsters as well. Mr. Bungle has put 9-0 in the comments. I think Ryan will be back shortly, but Liam, I'm going to let you enjoy the piece.
Yeah, have a good one, mate, and I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, see you later, mate.
I'll host it on my own. See you later, mate.
See you soon, mate.
See you later, mate. Bye. So we've got a frozen Ryan. Oh, he's gone now, so hopefully he'll be back soon. Yeah, I think we should be all right tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We don't do these by at least 4 to 5 goals. There's something not right, is there, really? Just be honest. With that team out, I think Martinelli and Nketiah could have a field day. Absolute field day. And it's a nice game for someone like Fiera to come into and play his first game. Obviously, not as much pressure. Get a good feel of the ball with the players. Ryan's Wi-Fi's dropped, so we've got to bear with him. Where's Gary when you need him? So who are we going for? First goal scorer, guys. Can't look past Nketiah at the moment. You got to love the black kit, don't you, Bungle? Yeah, it is a weird one, to be honest with Stefan. Like, with everything going on, it's just a bit weird because obviously something could break any time now, and we're watching this as well. I think we got Ryan coming back on, hopefully. And we got a black screen. He's on his way. Oh, we got something else. Here he is.
There he is.
You lost all your viewers, mate.
Wouldn't surprise me. No, literally, it just started buffing in mind. I was like, so I literally got my phone out. It's fine on obviously it's fine. The stream's fine. So I got kicked out. I was like, you bastards. There we go. The scoreboard's up as well. They've got the flares going. Jesus. This is white colour. This is a white colour, not a bloody colour.
Oh, I've got the door. I'm going to shut the door. I've got the door open. The curtain keeps blowing.
At least you've got a breeze.
Pardon?
At least you've got a breeze, though.
Yeah, true.
And then there's Gary.
Oh, he turns up after he's needed.
I heard you. You didn't say anything mean about me, so you're lucky. You're lucky. I'm listening.
Hopefully a bit more of a calmer game, mate.
Hopefully, yeah.
So, yeah, no, I was finishing up lunch and going to use my real lunch to be on the show for probably about half an hour or so. Then I'll come back in the second half. Hopefully we're talking about somebody else scoring that hasn't scored for us, you know.
It's interesting, though, isn't it? Like where this team's situated at the moment. That I'm quite surprised he hasn't gone for a little bit of a risk with midfield.
Well, if you're going to do what we did against United, there is no way we shouldn't be playing anywhere close. We should be playing so much closer to that style. You know, if you can do that against United on the road, then this is nothing, right?
Yeah.
Especially, like you said, this team is what? Bottom of the table?
It's ridiculous. Couldn't believe how I was expecting them to be at the top.
Yeah.
Or
I
at
think
least
they
he-
won. I think they won it last year, and then they had some turnover with the management and stuff like that. So, this could happen at Chelsea, right?
Or I'll tell you what.
There's
I
a
was
risk.
thinking about them more. If you don't mind me just quickly talking about that, I
Yeah,
was
go on,
thinking about
yeah.
them more and more. Yeah, right. Their recruitment and everything's a risk. What they've recruited, isn't it? Really, or it's a risk, or it's an overspend. Like even like Kabali, you look at him, you think he's 31. Aubameyang's 33. Recruitment's been shocking when you think about it. 278 million they've spent.
Yeah.
I've said it throughout the summer before the window was open and all that.
Yeah.
That the more the window went on, it just seemed like the owner was just going, "Is this person available?" And the club's
Yeah.
gone, "Yeah, but for this price." And without even negotiating, just going, "Yeah, okay, there you go, have it."
Yeah.
Like, what's available? But not even what's available. Basically, would you be interested in selling us to your player? Basically,
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they were already going to let him go, and then they still continued on with their transfer
They're still
business.
ahead of Aubameyang as
What
well.
was what if you're letting the manager go, you let him go. One, because you need to bring the next guy in. If you have a window still left, which they did, then they needed to bring in somebody and maybe get what he needed, not what the other manager was, kind of signing off
Fabio
on.
needs to wake up.
Yeah, no, I think just a bit baffled by it all. I think it's all gone wrong in it since last year with Roman. It's fallen to pieces, isn't it, a little bit?
Yeah.
This is
Like, I had a mate going to me, well, it's only Roman, and it was like, well, mate, it's not just only Roman, is it? Let's be honest. Like the whole back,
team,
the whole back room's changed. You lost your 2 centre backs. The answer was, well, it's only 2 centre backs, mate. They were quality centre backs, really, really good. That and
young centre backs as well. They had years in their game left.
Yeah.
I think they're in a bit of a pickle, mate.
Well, it's another one of those things where you go out there and you sign off on like a $4 billion, £4 billion takeover, and then you don't bring in people worthy of that amount of money that you just spent. Like you need a top. If you didn't like Tuchel, then you go out and you get the best manager available. And it's the same thing I say about Arsenal when they were looking for a manager. Go out there and get the best manager available, not somebody that can keep things afloat. No, I mean. And then if you're going to go out there and get players, right, make sure you're getting the best players available as well, right? Like Aubameyang isn't the best striker available that they could have even get based on what they're planning to do now.
No,
I mean, I get Koulibaly is a really good defender, but every time I see him, he's ready to go to the trainer's table. He's on the ground. This is like an old man.
No, you're totally right, and I think I just think they're in it. Like even with Potter, I rate Potter. I think Potter's a great manager. I think what he's done at Brighton, I think he's a brilliant manager. But do I think he's right move for him to go Chelsea? No, I don't, because he's got to deal with a lot of egos, mate, and like he's got to deal with Aubameyang. Do you know what I mean? We know exactly how it ended up with Aubameyang. It's not going to end up no different now, and Aubameyang's obviously gone there for a bit for Tuchel as well, and then within one game, he's not even there.
Yeah, I mean, they're already showing their impatience, right? By what they just did.
What are you doing?
And incompetence by what they just did, because spending all that money for the wrong manager, and then cutting a manager out. It seems like a reactionary thing, but sounds like they just decided, oh well, we just lost, so let's just make it seem to some degree seem like it, but in reality, they were going to do it anyways, which in itself is just nothing about this sounds like it was planned. They just did not plan this, think this thing through, right?
No, it didn't plan. I think it's just one of them knee-jerk reactions. They've lost that game, right? It weren't good, but I don't think it was anywhere near sacking Tuchel.
No.
Like it's a world-class manager, mate.
It's one game, and it isn't like you haven't won one of the biggest trophies in the world in the last couple of years. So, come on, yeah. And then now they want to get a director of football. Now they want to get a director of football. You just spent what, almost £250 million on players, and now you want to get a director of football? He's going to spend a lot of time wasting money, like they always do, right? Somebody's going to, like they just took Lukaku, spent 100, and got what for it? They're going to get nothing for it.
I mean,
Easy question.
Well, Petr Cech, he was the director of football initially, and obviously straight away, he couldn't see it was over. He was out of there, so clearly he wasn't impressed with what he was getting told anyway. And
Here's the question for you.
I'm concerned.
Here's a question for you, Ryan. Yeah, right. If you look at everyone they bought, you wouldn't take a Aubameyang back, would you? Whatsoever, yeah, right. For Fofana, would you actually take him for 75 million?
For 75, no.
Cucurella, would you actually take him for 60 million?
No. You think Cucurella, you're thinking what, 40, 45 at best? 45 at best. Because
they spent more on him than Sterling, right?
40. Well, that was about 45 million. Would you take Sterling? I don't even think I'd take. I'm not even sure, but I'll take Sterling.
But you spent more on, like, Sterling is somebody they needed, right? Somebody who supposedly is going to help them score goals. Whereas Cucurella, not for 66, he's got to be one of the best out there, and he's not considered the best. He's a really good prospect. He's still got time to grow, but not at this time in his career. He's not like the best. You're not like getting the best out there available, right?
No.
I mean,
and then you got Kabali, and like, well, you wouldn't spend 50 million or 50 whatever it was on a 31-year-old centre back, would you? Who's not played in the Premier League before? Just the whole thing is just a bit of a joke, really. And I think Thomas Tuchel has paid the price for probably this guy who's come in. He's incompetent.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, I think first everybody said he's going to do what he did with the Dodgers, the LA Dodgers. But the problem is that the LA Dodgers went out and got the best players available. They didn't go out there and get like the most expensive for their position players. They went out and got the best. Like they would have gone out and been like competing for like a Nunez or a Harlan is what they would have been, what he would have done based on what he's done with the Dodgers, which is the team that he's known for. And that's because he doesn't know, and he doesn't have the right people in place to actually make that call. Right? I mean, the other thought of this is another Nuno Santos part deux, right? I mean, this is just the way that they've managed it so far. They might change it up, but right now it looks like, are they going to be patient enough to let Potter do what he needs to do? Because they might not see what they expect in 1 year, like by the end of this year.
Yeah, exactly.
He's under a lot of pressure.
The way we saw with Brighton, when he took over from Chris Hughton, it's very similar. They wanted to go from one style of football to a more attractive, pleasing on the eye, attacking style of football with Graham Potter. Yeah. And we're seeing of Chelsea. Obviously, they're never under Roman. There's sort of an urban myth of Chelsea with Chelsea fans itself that they played at some points. They played attractive football. They never played the most attractive football. They just had the best players and the best managers to get the best out of them players tactically, to get them over the line for league titles and the Champions League a couple of times, etc., etc. So they're going from one extreme now to the other. And at one time under Roman, he seemed to deviate from that and go for some of the more attacking-minded. In Sarri, he sacked him. That's almost a goal.
That was nice. Don't know if that was a bad pass or a bad.
Yeah, the Arsenal misfit in the last couple of hours, but about an hour and a half before we went live, they officially announced that Graham Potter and his backroom staff have all gone with him to Chelsea.
No,
I feel for Brighton. I think Brighton could be if Brighton don't get the right appointment now and replacing him, they could be in trouble this season now. This could completely do them up massively.
The trick is, can they do a cut and paste, right? Because there's nothing really to change. They've been playing as consistently good with what they've got. I mean, you can't lose those two players and still be able to still compete, and they've been able to do that. So yeah, no, it's a good challenge for him, but it should have been done sooner. It's one of those things where do you sub at 60 minutes, or do you wait till 75? No. If you think there's a problem, you just fix it right then and there.
Oh, come on, then.
Is there a reason why we can't break down this defense? Is it really that? Are they really that?
I think they started off slowly.
Really tough. I mean, we don't look like we have enough.
No, we just started off on a bit of a back foot in terms of, I don't know, just a bit meh. But
I think we're just standing around, like, we're not making enough movements to open this thing up.
Well, I mean, not really making runs off the midfield itself. They're all pretty much.
They're not moving. The midfield's
they're not moving. They're literally all
the
stuck together. But the attackers, Kyrgios, Tierney, that's it. Eddie and all that, they're all making movements towards the ball. One sec. Martinelli, what was that, man? Yeah. So I'm saying Martinelli's, Eddie and Marquinhos, they're all trying to make runs off the ball, anticipate a run, and they're moving. But the midfield and defence are so close together, no one's moving in that sense, so nothing's going anywhere near forward most of the time. And it's making it easy to defend against.
Yep. Because we're not getting the ball through the midfield, so nothing happens. They just make the run and then have to come right back.
Also, another thing in terms of this is a sort of a sign of the owners as well, that I think the owners wanted to put down as well. In terms of obviously, Tuchel was never their manager; he inherited him. So at some point, there's always, out of all the big clubs this season, he was most under pressure straight from the off because he wasn't the owner's manager. He wasn't hired by the owner. There's a previous guy that hired him. So there's always that pressure. But whenever we've seen Chelsea sack managers in the past, from Ranieri all that till this point, it's always been a world-class, already established winning manager. This owner's gone for a completely left wing, like completely opposite, and gone Premier League proven, but hasn't won anything yet. So it's going to be, again, Chelsea fans ain't used to that. We are going to this game, by the way. So I can't even open a few chances here. Lucky Mathias. It's that shirt in the background in the corner. They've got two. I've got the 0506 shirt, and I've got the 89 match worn by David Rocastle.
1-0. Marquinhos.
Yeah.
Marquinhos scored.
Come on.
What are you watching this on? How comes?
BT Sport, mate.
Oh, okay. That's
great finish, to be fair.
Zürich still has the ball over here, so not scoring for a bit. It's deep in our side of the ball.
It's all right,
It must be like a minute behind you or something, because now we are on the attack. So long ball to Kedia.
Look at that run he makes. He makes a great run.
So,
it's a great finish.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. When have you seen? I haven't seen that from us. When's the last time you seen something like that? I don't feel like I've seen that forever. That's really great.
Great assist from Eddie, by the way. Fantastic assist.
Marquinhos is crying. What's up with these, South Americans just crying when they score goals?
Oh, his debut as well, so
very nice.
He's a young lad as well. He's what, 19?
Well, I've always complained that he didn't have much product coming into the squad. The fact that he's got a goal in his first game, very nice. Oh, that's some terrible defense, but we'll take it.
Someone actually in the box. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, somebody in the box with the attacking player who's got the ball. Like, if that's Martinelli, he's looking for somebody. He's like, where is everybody?
Top bins, there you go.
And he's ahead of him too, so even better.
Yeah. But as I was saying before Liam told us that what had happened, obviously, because he's a bit ahead of us. 0506 completely the whole squad and manager signed shirt there. The 89 shirt is an actual match worn shirt by Rocky Rocastle, signed by George Graham, Alan Smith, and Mickey Thomas, and Perry Groves. Somebody, I don't know why Perry Groves signed it, but yeah, he signed it anyway. He's a few years ago when an auction that was organised for the Widow Foundation. Rocky's wife, basically, and his family, obviously, they they found a few items they wanted to donate to raise funds for Bob Wilson's Widow Foundation. There was an auction basically, and that was one of them. So lucky me. Oh, someone's been booked already.
Yep. Oof.
I like European refs. They actually do their job. Most of them. They actually when a foul's been committed, they actually book the play, no matter if it's first minute or their first challenge, and they're consistent. I like Premier League refs.
It's like all I can say is wow. You make the actual call on the pitch, not like, well, you know what? It's 2 minutes in, and we can't. It doesn't really matter. We can't do it until like 5 minutes. It's like, no, it's call what you see.
Yeah, I might go to VAR just to double check.
Can Vieira just score in this one? It'd be nice. I guess since Liam hasn't cheered, he hasn't scored on the free kick, huh?
No.
He's smirking, so I don't know.
Oh, he could have scored then. Oh. He got nicked the ball for it.
So basically,
And then he went to lob the keeper.
So what we found out, Liam was about a minute ahead of me and you, Gary, and we're basically in sync.
Oh, could have been it was quite far over in the end, to be fair.
You could just mute Liam, and then there you go.
All we could basically
a lot of people
back it.
Yeah, mate.
All we could say is back it. Aston Villa, just leave and put Liam on the big screen.
There you go. We're just like hangers on, just like tell us what's about to happen.
Yeah, you know what? Off you go, Liam.
Aston Villa all over again.
Nice. That's a nice one from Vieira. Come on. Keep that thing down.
Don't wake Bobby up.
Oh, no, they're not here, mate. They're out.
Oh, fair enough.
I told he's on. The record's gone, mate. He's not used to me now.
Your audio's on delay, dude. I don't know if it's just me.
You didn't bring him on Sunday, so it's not his fault.
Nah, to be fair, it weren't, was it?
When he makes an appearance,
It's not his fault. He decided to go. Well, here we go again. I tell you what, Tierney does have some pace on him when he wants to, doesn't he? What do you think about Tierney, guys?
He's healthy. He's good for us, but he's never healthy.
It's taken a while to settle back in, though, isn't it? In terms of how he's playing. I mean, me and you was at the game on the Villa game, sorry, and the Fulham game basically. When did he start both? He didn't he? Because Zinchenko was injured. He was injured, and he just seems a bit going forward. Defensively, he was fine, but just going forward, he'll get to that final third. He's instead of doing what he normally does, and just whip the ball in or just run at the defence, he was stopping and hesitating a lot, which is very frustrating to see.
Just something on my is there?
Yeah, your audio's cracking off mine as well. I don't know about Go.
No, it looks like you're on. It looks like we should have subtitles because the audio and the way your mouse moves don't match. So it's a little bit of a delay there on your audio and video aren't in sync.
Yeah. Well, I need to find a charger. Come back out. Go out. Come back in. If you have to. Yep.
Oh,
now you're on the main. You're on the main guy.
Oh, there you go.
Yes, we are. I mean, the team is playing in black. It was the nearest shirt to me out of the three, so I put it on.
Oh.
Also, I will just to say as well, I haven't mentioned it yet, but with the circumstances here in the UK that going on at the moment, if I hear any news whilst we're alive, I'll let you guys know. But also, I am prepared in terms of changing colours and things like that to accommodate the moods that we say. The news if that happens. But as I say, we're playing it by ear at the moment on that side of things.
Man. I just would wish somebody coming towards the 18 would just put their foot through it.
Hmm.
First thought is always, let me get my feet ready so I can pass this thing. It's like, no.
I'll be honest, guys. Sorry, I'll be honest, people in the chat. I thought it was just my end that was cracking up. It was just me. Because it's happened a couple of times. And it's obviously kicked me out, so I thought it was just my end. So apologies for that. But yeah, sorry, guy.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Marquinhos has started off well for me, anyway.
He's been putting a lot of pressure on.
Again, he's not afraid to run at that defense either. Even if he hasn't got the ball, he'll run that ball down basically.
Yep.
Is that better?
Yes.
Oh, now we lost him.
Oh, it's just not. You know what? Whatever's going on in England right now, you just can't have good things.
No good things happening in England right now.
Well, that's what I was just saying. Whilst you're away, literally, if anything does happen on that side of things, obviously keep everyone updated, everyone in the chat and all that. And good chance from Xhaka there.
That was definitely a good shot. I mean, first I was like, did he put enough on it? And he did. It just off by what? Just a bit.
Oh, come on, I've got to do better there.
The goalkeeper get a hand on it? Yep. Well, I have to take the goalkeeper.
BX going to say, Inter look heavy favourites to drop into Europa. I mean, Barcelona won 5-1 yesterday against the weaker team of the group. So I'm not getting carried away with that. I'm not getting concerned about that. It's the weaker team of the group.
Yeah.
They've got to play Bayern Munich and the Inter to come now. So that's going to be their true test, Barcelona. And but Bayern Munich, what was it, 2-0 last night? They beat Inter Milan by.
Yeah.
I mean, I think obviously Bayern Munich will win the group, but it's going to be closely fought for second between Inter and Barca. Yeah. It might go down to literally the last kick of the game, in match day 6.
Now I'm happy to see that we didn't go too strong today. I know a lot of people have been saying let's go very strong today, and I'm like, why are we going strong? The purpose of getting into Europe, at least Europa, is that we can rotate our players around and get them ready to play some football. So last thing we need is keeping people out, because the game is important, yes, but they need to be ready to play. And Jesus cannot, and Saka for me cannot play every game. They're going to have to give them some breaks. If we have like in October, they're going to have to play as much as possible. So September is a good time to give them rest.
Tell you what is ticking quite forward nicely though. November.
Yeah.
England versus the USA.
I'll see what you're doing there, Gary.
I don't know what you got. Did you get the tissues yet? Because I sent them.
Nah, nothing's come through my door yet, mate.
All right.
Nothing at my end either.
Maybe I'll just hand deliver them when I come. I'll be there for the North London Derby. So
make sure they're there, yeah.
Yeah. So you have them. Yeah, have them in your hand, and you can prepare, as they say, for the waterworks.
What time is that game? Your time?
In November. Yeah, I think it's early morning. So
it's a long old day for you after, isn't it? That's a long.
I'm usually up, so that part is fine. It's just
yeah.
And actually, is it a Friday?
No, Monday, isn't it? Oh no, it's a Friday, I think, isn't it?
If it's the Friday, then it's the day after Thanksgiving, so I won't even be working. So
that's good. So at least you go to bed and cry after.
Oh yeah, because all fixtures are sort of moved about, weren't they? Because they were.
I don't even know what are you saying there, Liam? I don't understand. I don't understand your English. It didn't make any sense. Say it again.
I said, at least if it's after Thanksgiving, you're not working, go home and go to bed and cry after, can't you? After we give you a good old pasting.
I still don't get it. Ryan, can you get some subtitles?
I
do not understand. I don't understand a word he's saying. It doesn't make any sense. Except for I'm going to cry, and I'm going to cry some more.
Absolutely.
At least he's honest about it, Liam. At least he's admitting it now.
Yeah.
Come on, somebody take a shot.
I reckon we should even do a World Cup post show after and everything later that day to see if he's got over it.
You guys will be asleep from all of this, the crying, your eyes be red. The doctor will prescribe extra sleep because, are we really that is inept at, breaking down this team without our starters? Like, this is a team that should be at a level that we should be able to get something out of it, right? It feels like we just cannot break through.
This ain't. I know we scored that nice goal, but it's not been convincing. The overall play, is it? Considering where they are at the moment.
But there's no thought. There's no thought that we're going to score soon, right? Usually in a game like this, I would expect us to say, like,
mate, what is Turner doing? He should have come out for that, mate. Turner. I don't know what you guys think, but he started and stopped.
That's the problem. You cannot hesitate. You got to make.
I think he's off. To be fair, I think he's off. He's hesitated here. He's definitely hesitated.
Or is it 1-0? Or is it?
No, it's not 1-0.
Potentially.
Yeah.
No, but it just seems in terms of how we're playing so far, nearly half hour in. Like we're having a lot of the possession. We're just very slow, lethargic, going through the motions.
Yeah. Like, they've made 41 passes, mate. We've made 210.
Yeah, he's got to come out soon. He's got to see that coming. Yeah, he's well offside.
That's another thing as well, though. We could have Arsenal number 1 versus Arsenal number 2 at the World Cup.
Good news, mate. Yeah. I know what side I'd want to be on.
Except for if we take all our shots at the near post.
I don't know.
Right now his Achilles heel right now. I haven't seen it this season, but the last time he put on that England shirt, I think the near post hurt him.
Passes completed, 41 for Zürich, 210 for Arsenal and counting.
And none of ours seem to be threatening. Not enough of them are threatening them at all.
But again, it's just literally just build on a stat padding, built bases again. Lethargic because going through the motions of just if something comes about, it comes about.
It's weird because it's like only the person. Like most of the time, it seems like we're not moving as one. So you see like a pass come in, and that's the only person moving, the one that's receiving the pass, and everybody else is just standing there watching it. Can't open anybody up without much movement from everybody. In my eyes, anyways.
Hmm.
Good evening, Mr. Morgan. Oh, mate, we're giving another one away. Mate, we're giving the battle war away too easy at the back, mate, at times. I think we're making this game much more tougher than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, dear. BX is saying we should be 3-0 up. Yeah, we'll take our chances.
The funny thing about it is we should be 3-0 up, but we haven't actually had those opportunities.
No.
like where you can say, oh, okay, we had a clear-cut three clear-cut opportunities. We just failed on them.
I think at the moment, mate, we've had that chance and took it, but...
Oh, my gosh. Gabriel just passed it to the man.
Oh, for God's sake. This is why I didn't want Gabriel playing tonight, because we saw how he's...
Mate, he's giving a... Mate,
this is why I would have started Saliba and Holding. I don't care about who's positional-wise, left-footed and this, that, and the other. Just play strong. In terms of putting Holding in, put him up against the best defense, put him up against the best defender that's possible. I mean, with all due respect to Gabriel, he's played well in most of these games this season, but Sunday was the warning signs were there, and he cost it. One of the goals was down to him.
Yeah. And it's not as if he's working on getting better at it, because we're still seeing really poor play from him.
That's again. Without European football last year, we're seeing them things again. I think what was it, Wolves at home?
Yeah.
We went 1-0 down because of him, because he was literally that he wasn't switched on straight from the off, and he's making mistakes. He's doing it again.
This is not a great first half whatsoever, but this will be one of these games, right, where we will end up winning quite convincingly, but you'll sit there and go, it was just a drab game.
Yeah.
And we're giving the ball away a lot of times at the moment. They're on the counter again.
Sounds about right.
Oh, mate, could have been 1-1 there. Good tackle. Who put that? Mate, this is not good. We're playing like one of the bottom teams in their Swiss league at the moment, and they could be level. Who put the tackle in? I think it's Tierney. Yeah, it was Tierney. Don't know why he was over that side, but he was over that side.
Oh dear. Stefan saying, anyone that moans, I'm going to time out. Well, if there's a certain person in there that I can't see in the chat that's in the chat moaning, knock it through your boots.
Come on, Shaka.
Wow, we are lucky that that player doesn't know what he's doing with his feet.
Yeah, swing and a miss, isn't he? That was.
I mean, he probably could have just that ball probably could have just he shouldn't even have moved. He should have just stayed still. The ball would have hit off of his leg and probably still could have gone in. Started chopping his feet and missed the ball entirely. Oh. I'm gonna have to go in a couple minutes here, so.
I'll tell you what did surprise me. It was the amount of stick Odegaard got after the Man United game. I don't really understand the Odegaard hate at the moment.
Well, because there's idiots out in Spain that constantly we lose and our captain doesn't perform or the playmaker or whatever. That's the first person that person will go for, and it's ridiculous. And because he's got mind-boggling idiots that follow him, they follow that same train of thought and pump it out on social media, and they're idiots.
Like, let's be honest, the reason we didn't win on Sunday was because our own doing, but I just don't get where they're going at Odegaard. Shocking again, mate. It's been a really poor first half, innit?
I don't know if you heard, by the way, in terms of the Sunday game as well, that goal that got disallowed, turns out Gary Neville and Martin Tyler, the commentators to that game, so basically they did a thing afterwards, and it's on YouTube, and they basically put it out there that Paul Tierney, the referee, was false. Even when he saw the video there, he saw the order, it got sent over. He didn't want to change his mind. He wanted to keep the goal still.
So why didn't he then? He's the ref.
Yeah.
Well, it just shows you that he's spineless and he's a coward. Yeah. And I'll use that word again, mate. He's a coward then.
Yeah.
And this is what Mike Riley's done over the years. He's manipulated the whole corruption of the referees. Yeah. And I'll say it clearly and loudly. Mike Riley is the big problem of this Premier League. This is why it happens in this country. Why is VAR not really discussed elsewhere? Why do you not see it elsewhere week after week, debate after debate?
Yeah.
World Cup when there was no issues with it, weren't it? This guy is an absolute.
And you know what? He didn't even have to go to the video because he could have said, "I know there was a two coming together, but it wasn't worthy of a foul," and then done. It's done. You don't even have to look at the video because you saw. Like if he said that, which I doubt he did, he should have just said. They wouldn't even go to the video because he's like, "I saw it. I saw the contact. I let it go because it wasn't really." It wasn't anything. It wasn't a big deal at that point.
Yeah.
You know, and it was at midfield. They still had to defend half the field.
Yeah.
At that point, right? So it wasn't like a crucial position where the ball was lost. So the fact now hearing that, see, that doesn't even that's like That's why this system doesn't make like you're using it all wrong.
Yeah.
Like if the official on the field doesn't want to look at it, at least we should hear that. You know what? He didn't want to look at it. Not he has to go look at it because I said, the guy up in the box said you have to. Especially if the reason is there was no foul.
No. Yeah. Basically, Paul Tierney is worried that if he don't go with what the VAR official says to him, that he's basically not going to be refereeing a game next week. Do you know what I mean? He's going to be He's going to be pulled in. That's basically what he's worried about. So for me, he's a coward. He's an absolute coward. Like me and you, we all watched the game. We all watched it on air, right? How many times did even Paul Tierney have to re-watch that foul? He must have watched it about 10 to 12 times. So for me, that's not clear and obvious.
Yes.
If you've got to watch something 10 to 12 times, you don't know what the decision is, so it's not clear and obvious.
Well, I even said on the day itself on Sunday when as they're about to send him over, I'm like, as a review before they sent him over, I'm like, but it's not like it's a clear. It's not clear and obvious mistake, but there's always been a party line. It will only be used on a clear and obvious mistake, right? That's always been the party line of the Premier League. Also, he is right there in the thick of the action. He has seen it, and they watched Ref Watch on Monday. I didn't take notice of it, but what the footage they even showed, he has a clear view of the situation. He's not obstructed by anyone. So, for me, there's no need to review it. There was no need to go, right, you've missed something because maybe someone, X plays in the way and you've missed this, basically. And I need you to look at it in case you think what I'm thinking. It's basically another corrupt prick in the VAR room wanting to have the power, basically. And this is why I compare it to rugby. There was teething problems at the start, years ago, and they introduced this, and I mean years ago, they introduced video ref in rugby. But when it's being used, it's the ref on the pitch making the decision to go to the video ref in rugby. Or literally, if it's in the middle of a game play and there's a spear tackle, an illegal tackle, whatever, and he's missed it because he's concentrating something else, then the video ref will get the person in charge of the video ref will say, when the play's dead, you've missed something. Just you go, and I'm going to show you the big screen in front of everyone in the stadium what you've missed.
If that foul happens,
they go through it all, and then the ref still says it's still the ref on the pitch makes the call in rugby, not the other way around.
Well, based on what you just said, the official in VAR made that call.
Yeah,
because he had two chances to say there was no foul, and he didn't do it.
If that tackle happens in a box, right? So let's say that tackle happens in a box, right? Just say Man United are counter-attacking, and that tackle happens in a box, right? You can guarantee, right, that VAR don't get involved in that, because what they'll say to you is there wasn't a clear and obvious foul there. So how can it not be brought in for like a tackle? Because that wouldn't happen. If it happened in the box and he played on Paul Tierney, they would have never brought that back whatsoever, would they?
Well, the thing is they can now, and they have been doing that.
But they wouldn't do it for that kind of foul. There's no way, right, VAR would pull that back. If Paul Tierney didn't give it, I can guarantee you that VAR would have never got involved in that.
No, and there was a clip on my side of social media on Monday where an Arsenal fan had grabbed a clip from Man United v Liverpool. I think the year Liverpool won the title.
They've got a penalty.
They have.
They've got a penalty.
So we'll come back to my
This has been an awful first half performance. Do you know that?
I think there's VAR in this as well, but we'll see.
Nketiah's given the penalty.
Seriously.
Is there no reason why we have to be playing so much defense? So that's the problem with this thing. We can't even hold on to the damn ball.
What's wrong doing? Because it's been so poor in this half.
This has been just a very, very disappointing half. Like we're playing a team that's at the bottom of the table in the Swiss league.
Yeah. It was soft, in my opinion, anyway.
It's very soft, definitely very soft.
It was reminiscent for me. It's reminiscent against Villarreal in 2006. Put it that way. It's that soft.
But
in terms of the face close contact flies down.
This has been coming.
Yeah.
That's the thing. He jumps in front of Nketiah, so and then he curls his leg around him. Obviously, it's going to be contact at that point. I mean that's. I mean, it's contact in the box, whether it's a penalty, a foul. I don't
1-0.
know.
1-0.
There you go.
But Arsenal brought this on themselves. They would have been playing anyways. They kind of kept this game close, 1 and 2. Have not been able to produce anything in the way of a threat on the defense on the other goal. Look at that. All this comes off of a set piece, right? So like, how many goals have we given off on this?
Oh, fucking hell. I mean, it's again another issue we had this season. When we go conceding goals, it's of our own doing. Be it penalties now or whatever. It's all of our own doing. Yeah. Stroked it in. Arteta needs to get these players in at half time now and give them a right rollicking.
This is what we've got. This is the problem. This is what we've got in our locker, isn't it? This is what we've got in our locker. And let's be honest, we're not playing a weekend. We're not playing like, oh, okay, we ain't got players like Saliba. But we're playing a defence that's got Tomiyasu, Tierney and Gabriel in it. Do you know what I mean? We've got a midfield that's got Xhaka and the Congo. Like, this has been poor. This has been so poor this first half.
Marquinhos aside, in terms of starting 11, this ain't what we usually do in the Europa League. We've gone. It's pretty much a full strength team. That's full strength with a few changes here and there, but you know what I mean. It's an experienced team we've put out today.
We'll still get so. I still think we'll win the game, but this is not acceptable. First half, like,
we can win the game because we could just bring Jesus on.
Yeah, basically, mate.
It'll be over, man. Because, I mean, by himself, he will come back and collect the ball, start the attack. We don't have somebody who can do that right now.
So that's just two.
But we're playing so slow, anyways. I mean.
It's
really easy to defend.
Like, even that, Matt Turner, what is that, mate? Like, frankly honest, what is that? What is that ball?
No,
not overly impressed with him. I don't. Sorry, he's American, sir, but not really impressed what I've seen so far.
I'm not saying he's been good for us right now. So
I'm not impressed.
If he's the number one goalkeeper, he's not playing like it.
No,
because I've seen the number one goalkeeper for for America, and they're not usually. They don't look like this. That's for sure. They can play. They can start in the Premier League easy, right? We've seen, a couple of them already. So
half time.
Yeah. So
that was an eventful first 45 minutes back in Europe.
As much as I don't know. This is probably once again a midfield problem, right?
Just hearing the Queen's gone. Is it? Yeah, she's passed away. I'm being told.
I'm checking that now. I'm just double checking now. If that's the case, then things will be changing on here quickly.
It's awful.
Yeah, literally, as half time's come, breaking news for everyone in the UK and over the world. Buckingham Palace has announced that Matchday, the Queen, has died.
Unbelievable.
So, we're going to have literally probably a week of mourning now because it's the Queen and all that. And then obviously the funeral and all that. And then obviously the coronation of our King to be. Literally, that's just come out, guys. I'm just going to change a few things here. Bear with me a second. Whilst I mess about. There we go. That. 1 second. That's just I got a phone call. Bear with me, guys.
All right. I'll see you guys in the second half. I need to step away for a bit, but sad news. Sad news. All right, I'll be back.
sorry about that, but yeah, that's a bit of a we're living in the UK with what we were getting in terms of the family, not just the immediate family, like the entire family was going up to Balmoral today because of concerns to the Queen's health. So we knew this was coming. But it will mean, guys, as I say, in the UK, there will be at least probably a week of national mourning, and things will come to a standstill. And then obviously the funeral, whenever that may be in the next couple of week or so too, and then I don't know how long afterwards I have to wait, but then you're at some point the coronation of Charles being the king. I'm assuming he'll take over as king because he's the next in line, unless he passes over to his son. I doubt, but we'll see. Yeah, she's a gooner, and she was a gooner, wasn't she, Liam?
Yeah, she was.
And hopefully it's sort of brighten the mood. Here comes Joel. All right, Joel. Take you seen the news as well.
Yeah, it's sad times.
Yeah. And I was just saying, as you were coming in, she was an actual renowned Arsenal fan as well. So, yeah. But yeah, I don't know what else I can. It's sort of expected with you're hearing all the entire family going up to Scotland. But at the same time, it's just like
it's mad because
it's so soon as well.
Although,
what, a year or so after her husband passed? Yeah.
But you think like, I know it sounds mad, I know she was 96, but you just think to yourself the woman was invincible, really. It was always in the back of your mind that the Queen, do you know what I mean? It's a bit of a difficult one to, whether you're a fan of the royal family or not. That's someone's mother, someone's grandmother, and
great grandmother as well.
Great grandmother. Yeah, it's a tough one, lads. I'm not gonna lie. But
you never expect to see it, do you?
Legacy. That's all you can say. What an incredible legacy, and what a gentle, loving human being. The whole time, never dropped a professional moment. Never stuck her nose up at anyone. Always, but she was always that person that, it's just there's no words, is there? No. There's no words, and her legacy lives on, as you say, really.
And as I was saying, obviously, because anyone doesn't live in the UK, I keep repeating myself, but anyone doesn't live in the UK, we are going to have more like because of it being the Queen. It won't be a couple of days. It'll be probably a whole week of national mourning in terms of.
I don't think even a week cuts it, Brian.
I'm saying in terms of officially on the government and all that, they announced a state of national mourning basically because of the situation, obviously. But I think it'll start from now, obviously, all the way up to a funeral now, and then obviously, I don't know how long they have to wait, but then obviously you're gonna have the reincarnation of a new king, one way or the other as well. So at some point, but I don't know because again,
in this moment,
I've been Queen Elizabeth. So
in this moment, it's hearts go out to friends, family, and everyone, the world. Really, all those world leaders she's met in 70 years.
So, yeah, exactly.
It's incredible. Such an incredible human being, and may she rest with her husband now, like we'd say with anyone else. That's the thing. How they both survived COVID, how they both got through multiple diseases and times in life, and God rest their soul, really. So, let's say, not gonna go into it, but we'll just talk about the game, shall we? To be honest,
Yeah, get on that for the rest of the time. What was your thoughts then, first half, before that came out, obviously?
It was a funny one, really, to be honest. I thought we started really bright. Marquinhos, I have to say, player of the half for me. What a finish for a lad of the age of 18, running full pelt at a ball to guide it neatly into the top left-hand corner. I thought was incredible, to be perfectly honest. And you could see what it meant to the kid.
Yeah, straight away, yeah.
You can just see what it meant. And should it be 1-1? Of course it shouldn't. We should be running away with it. We had opportunities. We could be 3-4-1 up. Because was it a soft penalty? It was a funny one, wasn't it? Because
I think it was a soft one. Again, for me, it was very reminiscent of...
Because it was the knee, wasn't it? Kind of from behind. I don't think it was the initial leg coming in for the challenge, was it? It was kind of how he came in behind. How he kind of came in behind. So I'm letting a cat out. I haven't farted or anything. It's... We've got to sort it out second half. That's all you got to say, really, mate. We weren't playing badly, but it's young. There's a few youngsters in there. Obviously, a few nerves. Fabio Vieira's put a few balls astray, but I think that's nerves. I think there's a lot of pressure on him. But Ryan, you arsehole.
That weren't me. That actually weren't me.
Who's that?
That actually isn't me.
Someone's another Mr. Arsenal podcast.
We've got another one. We've got an imposter. Because
that's probably the one I normally talk to.
Probably.
The
phone died. No thing intended, by the way. No. But turned itself off on the phone. But that's not me. That is not me.
See. I'm being attacked left, right, and centre here.
Someone's hacked into my thing.
But no, it's
who is this imposter? Tell me.
Let's see how the second half goes. Is probably the best way to describe it. Are we still sticking with a high-scoring game, lads, or
if we can get our head at a backside?
Do we come out second half after an Arteta bollocking?
Oh, it's Gary.
It's Gary.
You gave me power, right? Go USA.
Personally, I'd take that right back, Ryan, to be honest, because I wouldn't give anyone like that sort of power.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he's actually written as well as he has.
I'm sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck going on? This comes up with all the things I'm on live on. But no,
yeah. We'll see. We'll see second half. I expect goals, and a bit of a performance after he has a word with them. But as I say, I'm not going to go too hard on him. It's first European game, but we've just got to win it. I think that's the most important thing. Just get a result.
Yeah.
And as I say, Marquinhos really impressed because that weren't an easy shot. I've seen people put that in Rose Ed easily.
Well, like you say, he's 8, and again, even experienced players do that. We've seen it with Ronaldo and all as established players. But 18 years, 18, 19, whatever old. His first start as well. First start. And he's got his debut.
And what a goal.
And he saw, as you say, he saw straight away, emotions got the better of him for a second, and how much it meant to him as a person, obviously. And Beat's saying, I wasn't inclined to drink, but he's going to have one for the Queen now.
Yeah.
I think we're all going to be doing that soon.
I think it's going to be quite hard to concentrate on the second half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting an announcement until later on this evening, if I'm being honest.
I thought it'd be later on. I did actually think they might try and do it overnight into the morning.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, it's hard enough for a family to deal with someone passing away than to have to deal with it in private.
Yeah.
And I think especially something like this, and I know it's no excuse, you've got the press there and everything. But this is just one they've got to leave alone, really, you know.
Yeah.
I know it's as big as it is, but
well, as I say,
people have still got to respect a family. It's a family member at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as I say, I think from between now and then obviously when a funeral does happen, whenever that may be next week or two, it'll be a complete national mourning, obviously, as you'd expect.
Yeah.
And then obviously you'd think there'll be a bit of time, don't know how much time, but obviously between the funeral and then organising the officiating of making on whoever may the new king be. But obvious thing is going to be, you'd think it'd be Charles. But it depends on how he's feeling about it as well. After all this,
well, this is it. He's not a young man either.
He might think this is a young man's game and just go, you know what?
Personally,
I've lost my dad. I've lost my mum in the space of a year.
I don't think Charles.
Do I really want to be king? I think he'll obtain and possibly pass it to William. Yeah. Possibly, but again, we don't get into that now. But yeah,
no, it's just it's you know, you think the players are going to be told at half time. This is another big thing for us as well. It's difficult, as Liam was saying. I
think they're doing something now, aren't they?
What's that
now?
Well, I'll shoot off.
They're literally doing a minute silence.
Oh, they're doing it now there. Oh, okay. Oh, you're ahead of us as well. So
yeah.
Well, I'm going to go back on and
I'll see you at full time, mate. If you're around.
Yeah, I've actually got a boxing interview at about just after 8, so that's going to be hard as well. So
yeah. All these events at the weekend, sporting and non-sporting. Now you'd think they're going to be put on hold now, but nothing going ahead this weekend because
it's just such a. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's one of those where you just don't know.
Yeah, players. My screen now. It's been announced in the stadium over in Zürich, and massive picture of the Queen and both sets of players.
Don't tell me there's booing.
There better not be.
Well,
I'm sure there was booing at the end of that.
I'll speak to you after, lads.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no worries.
Take care, though, lads. All right.
Take care, mate.
See you later, mate.
Look after yourself, mate. Bye.
I think this will be a hard second half to concentrate on for the players as well. Sorry, mate, one sec.
No,
lost the controller. Turn this down.
You pricks, you Switzerland pricks. You Swiss bastards. That was
booing, weren't it? There was booing at the end of that.
Right near the end, they started booing. Booing and jeering because the game weren't continuing. Pricks. I don't care what you think about as a UK or non-UK citizen about the royal family. That ain't the fucking time. You literally show respect, and that's it. You do not do that. That's bang out of order. Like Stefan says, yeah, he might like Celtic, but I don't hate the royal family. Never have done, never will. Hope everyone shows a level of respect. The woman deserves it. Yeah. Well, like I said before, BX, what was it, 2006? The 06-07 season when we did the official opening of the stadium and all that. Obviously, she wasn't well enough back then to be. She was meant to come, but she wasn't well enough to be part of the grand unveiling, official unveiling of the Emirates opening officially. But obviously, Philip was there and the other members of the family, and because she wasn't able to make it, about a month or so later, she invited the entire club, not just a squad of players and manager, but the entire club, to Buck House to meet her in person and spend some time with her. And it did, and it did, and then with that, it came out that, yeah, she was a Gooner. She was an actual Arsenal fan. Quite a few players come out and said, no, yeah, it's genuine. She's an Arsenal fan, and she could name certain players from years and years gone by, for certain years of her life, basically, at the time. Probably more time's gone on, and yeah. Fucking hell. So I do apologise, guys, for being a bit flat now, but that's took the wind out of us both, I think. And you saw with Joel as well, what it's affected him as well, so. Yeah, exactly, Stefan, yeah. Oh. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true, Stefan. We all are, but yeah, it's just took the wind out of it. Again, that's like Liam was saying. Deep down, we knew it was coming today at some point. Like Liam said, I think we thought it would come like late tonight, early hours of the morning. They put it out there. You kind of knew. You kind of knew it was coming.
Yeah, because the way the news went, weren't it? The way the news went, you kind of knew what was coming.
Yeah, the way the news went, suddenly all the presenters of all the news channels in the UK were wearing black before it was announced. Well before, literally, as the news leaked out, that family members, that people were concerned for her health, and that family members are literally flying over to Scotland from wherever they were in the country to get to see her in Balmoral. And as I say, it wasn't just like a son and grandkids in terms of Charles, Camilla, William, Harry, Catherine, and all that. It was like the entire family have flown to Scotland, and as soon as you're seeing it as well as they arrive in Balmoral, in Aberdeen, to get to Balmoral, you knew the announcement was coming tonight. But yeah, it was just a matter of when, basically. And it's still, either way, it's still going to knock us to sixth.
She's the ultimate person, isn't she, in this country? Ever since they've been born. Do you know what I mean? She's like the pinnacle, isn't she?
Yeah,
she's the queen.
When you think of her entire reign as queen as well, and even before she was actually made queen, before her dad abdicated and all, dad and all that situation, never in the past for any other wrong reasons. So when you think of other things that have gone off in the royal family over the years in our lifetimes with other people, I'm not going to go into it because obviously not the right time. She's never been spoke of badly or done anything remotely out of line. She's always known how to how to address herself and make sure that she always held a certain standard and led by example in that sense. No, yeah, exactly, Seth. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah, amazing dignity for the 70 years of being the queen and the first. What was he? What what, 21, 22 when she was Queen as well. So, yeah, basically her entire life. But she was always, even before Queen, and then since being Queen, had that about her, basically. And as I say, we think of others that haven't held their own, some will say. But again, it's not the right time and place to get into that. Sam's in the chat. Oh, I hope this is real Sam, by the way. I hope so, anyway. Oh, your stream's packed in, has it? Oh, bloody hell. Well, you're not missing much, to be honest. We're doing what we did first half. Audible, nothing to show for it. Yeah. I'm just making sure, Sam, because obviously we both know there's a fake one out there. I had to double check. Hasn't been here for a while, the imposter, Sam, but I wanted to make sure. Yeah. Haven't seen your microwave for a while either, Sam. In the chat. Yeah, we're going back, touching on the game while we can, and in what sort of way we can. No, I've got a few more things to say now, but yeah, same as the first half. We're having the ball, but we're not really doing anything with it.
Oh, that's poor. I think
1 second.
that's poor. Ketty should have done better. Do we think games will be affected this weekend?
As I say, I think between now and her funeral, whenever that may be, I think games will be called up. I think not just football, but I think in general, sport in the UK will be all put on, called off until further notice.
It's one of them, innit? We've got no idea, really, have we? Because we haven't had a situation like this.
No, but you'd expect being the head of state and all that. Yeah, I'm fully expecting now that all events, all not just football, all sporting events, and anything live or concerts or whatever, they're all going to be basically postponed until further date. Basically, you would expect, but until we're told different, we don't. Again, as you say, we don't know. We've not been in this situation ourselves.
Yeah.
Where we've had to go for once there. Big up to Arsenal, by the way. Obviously, straight away put their tweet out as well. And they've pinned it, I think. They haven't yet. They will do. We are deeply saddened to the passing of Her Majesty the Queen. Along with many of our supporters today, we will be taking time to mourn and reflect on Her Majesty's incredible life and devoted service. And just one of our own. More than anything else. Yeah, if anyone in the chat, by the way, all my mods, anyone sort of misbehaves, says anything out of line, you think's out of line, you can put them in a timeout, or depending on how far they overdo it, I'll leave it up to you and I'll review it after the stream, basically.
Here we go. All political, sporting and comedy events have been cancelled. The United Kingdom and the Commonwealth has entered an extended period of mourning.
Yeah, I was expecting that, so yeah. So, yeah. Would that include though next Thursday though? Because it's in England. The game takes place in England.
Mate,
So I'm assuming our game against PSV will be called off as well then, because it's taking place in England. You'd expect anyway.
yeah.
It depends. It's a whole. We'll get that, and that's the thing. If that does happen,
Don't even know what goes on with my
They
work.
have to somehow fill it in, aren't they? Before the World Cup, obviously, because obviously their rule of being all games have to be played before the end of the year and all that. That's down to them now. That's not nothing to us to worry about. We've got other things to worry about and out of our control. So that's just been confirmed now, has it? By the way.
Well, I just see a tweet from a Monic site. This is pretty poor though. This game, I've got to be honest.
Yeah. Even before then, yeah.
Even before obviously the news.
Yeah.
I think a few players are not really justifying themselves tonight.
No.
And this is the problem we have at Arsenal.
The King and Queen consort, as it stands, Camilla and Charles and Camilla, sorry, are going to remain in Balmoral this evening and come back to London tomorrow. I'm just on the Sky News' Twitter account. They're doing a live feed on there about the whole situation.
I'm not sure about this Matt Turner. Do you know that?
He worried me in pre-season. There's a few moments in pre-season where he worried me, and now
I don't think he's good enough.
No, this is even more concerning.
What concerns me is if he isn't good enough, yeah. What's concerning if he's not good enough is that we got Runnison and he weren't obviously good enough, and now this guy, for me, maybe I'm being a bit too early, but I'm not seeing nothing that's going to tell me that he's ever going to challenge Ramsdale, and that's not a good place to be.
Maybe that's why we've had a scene a few clangers every now and then.
Pardon?
Maybe that's the reason why we've seen Ramsdale have a few off moments. Do you think he's safe, basically?
Well, yeah. I think Arteta's got to make some changes here, unfortunately. I'm not seeing anything.
Just had to say this because I've been watching. Now I'm in the background here, but that play there with the three midfielders all touching the ball, and the last midfielder to get the ball goes backwards with it when all he had to do was step forward with it. Is like that's why we're not getting anything out of this game. Our midfielder is just too timid. I mean, it was a really nice sequence of one-touch passing, and then the last pass has to go backwards for no reason at all. If he continues with the run, who knows if things might open up? But they don't have the what do you call it? The confidence to take the ball forward.
But this is FC Zürich. Do you know what I mean? What is that? This is FC. I think Martinelli's had a bit of a mare here today as well. If I'm being totally honest, I mean, this is FC Zürich.
They're being timid with a team that doesn't deserve it.
Do you know what I mean? Like this team wouldn't even be in the Premier League whatsoever. Like you have to challenge whether they'd even be in the Championship.
At some point, you just have to force your way through the door because they will fall apart once you do. Too much respect for what reason, I'm not sure.
I think he's got to make.
He's going to have to make subs because he wants to win.
The thing is now with the situation, I know, like obviously there's not going to be any games this weekend. Get Jesus on. Get Jesus on.
The thing is, you don't really want to use him. You really don't.
Don't want to, but
yeah. I mean, we're never going to have any rotation.
2-1, Nketiah. What do I know?
There you go.
2-1.
I mean, it seems like a matter of time, but it's just like they are making it so difficult for themselves. Yeah, so I guess I'll wait for this score to happen, and then I will.
It's a good cross. Is it Marquinhos? I think he's got the assist.
There you go. Go on, assist.
What a ball, mate.
There you go.
Mate, what a ball that is. This is the bright spark of today.
Very nice. That is very nice. I mean, look how far that is. I mean, we very nice.
Chris,
Colonel just basically got in the ears of Nketiah, and he finishes it off. There you go. All right, I'm going to go back to doing what I was doing. So
yeah, no, see you in a sec.
See you soon, mate. He was our good luck charm, Gary.
Yeah,
there you go.
Pop back in about 5 minutes.
Yeah, definitely. I can definitely do that.
Right in the mood a bit as well. It's going to say we officially have a new star boy as well.
Well, he's been the bright spots, don't he?
No, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mentioned this already, but yeah. I mean, Arsenal put a tweet out. They've already put the tweet out, but you want, obviously. It goes out the window, but yeah. Because she was an actual out-and-out Arsenal fan as well, like us here.
I would still bring Jesus on for 20 minutes, though.
Yeah,
why not? Games
got no games now. Until we're told differently now. Until further notice, there's no league games, at least.
I don't see the Brentford game going ahead because I think that'll be around when the funeral is.
That's what I'm saying. So there's a good 2-3. So basically, between now and the international break, this could be the last game. Assuming about obviously next week as well, next Thursday. So see what happens there. But I'm assuming because it's in the UK, that'll be postponed as well, and that just we have to be squeezed in somewhere after the international break. Well, Man United at home, aren't they today?
Yeah, they've got Will Sociedad.
But obviously
Does the game have to go ahead though? Because I would have thought.
I don't know. I can't even check. My phone's died. I can't even check. Zürich isn't.
It will go ahead. It will go ahead.
Yeah. Chris, Zürich isn't in Germany. It's nowhere near Germany. It's in Switzerland. For crying out now.
Switzerland, but
Chris, mate, this ain't the right time to come in and be all bantering and all giving little side digs and all. It's not. Yeah. It's not the time for all that sort of who you playing sort of thing. Like, I think again, I know we're still doing the watch long and all that, but we're not really in it. We're not really emotionally and all that side of things. We're not really in it. We're just here just to take our mind off things and just So any other time, mate, I'm all for the banter and all for all that, as you know. All for having a laugh, but yeah, not now. Russ saying they can't send the fans home. Depends. What can't kick off away from kick off. It's more so the Sociedad fans have made that trip, haven't they? Short notice, or because of what Uefa's mindset is. As I said, Stefan, I said, I'm not, as you all know, and Chris knows this as well, I'm all for having a laugh, bit of banter back and forth about football and all that, and if the news hadn't come out if the news hadn't come out now, feel your boots, sort of basically. we'd have a proper rapport back and forth over and half and all that. But now, yeah, sort of it's took the wind out of me and then Liam as well. And we saw Joe at half time. What's happening with Man United? Well, I was just saying, because obviously the news has come out about obviously the manager, the Queen. Man United are playing at home tonight at Old Trafford against Real Sociedad. The late kickoffs, and I was just thinking, would it be called off or not? Even though it's short notice. But no, apparently it's going ahead. But all the weekends games, Chris, everything, as Liam was saying before, all sporting events in the UK, in England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and Wales, music events, comedy, whatever live events, anything that was meant to be going ahead event-wise live has now been. It's all been basically. They've all been told no, it's not going to. Basically, postpone. It's not going to. Nothing will be going ahead until further notice, whilst the country's in a state of mourning, which is more likely going to lead to the funeral. And as then Liam mentioned, the following week, before the international break, it leads.
The way I'm looking at it now, though, mate, yeah, right? I'm looking at it now and I'm reading day 10 is the Queen's funeral, yeah, right? Yeah. Day 10 is Sunday, which I'm wondering then, would the funeral fall on a Sunday or would it fall on a Monday?
Philip's funeral was on a Saturday. Philip,
day 10 is a Sunday, though, isn't it?
Duke of Edinburgh was on a Saturday, but it's the Queen, I don't know.
Employees will not be obligated to give a staff a day off, though it will be a day of national mourning and 2 minutes silence will be held across Britain. The funeral will take place at Westminster Abbey, followed by a committee service at St George's Chapel, Windsor Castle, where the Queen will be buried by the King George Memorial Chapel.
So goes in the chapel. Yeah.
Do they not officially give a bank holiday then?
I don't know. We haven't been in a situation, so I have no idea.
Like looking at day 1,
I think that'll be more so for when Charles is officially coronated as the king.
Yeah, because obviously he has to go and do a tour now of different places
of the Commonwealth now. Yeah.
Who did Saka come on for?
Tierney's going off. I'm just saying now. Tierney's because I'm behind, obviously. So Tierney's
Marquinhos come off.
Tierney, Fabio Vieira. I'm just waiting for the third person to come on now. So Tierney, Fabio, Zinchenko's come on, by the way. It looks like it, yeah.
Odegaard's come on, isn't
he? Yeah, Odegaard and Saka, along with Zinchenko. Great day again. Circumstances for a second here. Good debut for Marquinhos. Goal and an assist. In Russ saying they'll give a bank holiday at some point. Yeah, as I'm saying, I think it'll be more so in and around when they do the official coronation of Charles being king. Because even though he's now king by association, they have to do the coronation and all that, like they did with Elizabeth back then. And like I said before, at half time when Joel was here, between now and then he could have a mindset of, well, I've lost both my parents in the last 12 months. Do I really? I'm not a young spring chicken. Do I really want to be king now? And he might just abdicate and pass it down to his next to kin, which is obviously William and Catherine.
What's that?
We just don't know. But as it stands, until we're told different, he is the king of England, basically, and Camilla's Queen Consort.
Mate, this is not.
But yeah. Yeah, it's still got. It's still got. They've got to have the whole day of the coronation. That was it. Where is it at? Westminster Abbey. Is it Westminster Abbey? We have the coronation and all that. I think it is.
Yeah, I think it is.
So we've got to remember that after. It'll be a while after the funeral. It won't be like the next day or anything. It'll be a good week or so after the funeral's been and gone. Once they've all grieved and ready to go ahead with the coronation, that's when that'll happen, and that's when we'll get that bank holiday, because it'll be a whole day of, well, yes, we've got that, but now we've got officially a new king. And yeah, even though he's now been referred to as King Charles, he's officially got to go through the whole coronation of it all, like his mum did 70 years ago. Stefan saying where he is over in Ipswich. Once the news broke, it absolutely poured down where he was. It's been raining non-stop over where I am today. Actually, I say that it stopped for half an hour, but it started up again when that happened. Not chucked it out. It's that fine rain down there. But yeah, it's been a bit of a weird one. Saying that, I'm looking at the window. Blue sky out there. Stefan's saying probably a year before the coronation for Charles in the chat. That's what he's saying in the chat. I don't know. I'm only 33. I've only known Elizabeth, but I wasn't around when Elizabeth was coronated, so I don't know how long the wait period was between King George and herself being coronated. It all depends on how they want to go about this as well.
So it's just a strange situation, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tell you what, mate, we ain't
defending. I'll be honest, I actually thought she'd be like her mum and reach the hundreds.
Yeah, same here. I think with obviously Philip going, I think that was kind of the last thing for her. And I think it's not been easy with everything going on around the royal family over the last couple of years as well, with obviously Harry and everything going on there as well. So it couldn't have been easy for her with the last couple of years.
Well, then also losing her husband, like she did last year to COVID.
Yeah.
And then
going through COVID as well. That was it's been a hard few years, isn't it, really, in general? Yeah, totally agree there, Sam. It will never be surpassed.
Yeah.
No. Never again.
Well, Charlie Boy, as I was saying about his age and all, and those spring chicken, he's 70s?
Yeah, 71, is he? 72?
Something like that, yeah.
I'm not.
So we'll get a couple, well, I don't know how long, well, obviously don't know, I don't want to speculate, but yeah. Probably won't be too long before we get William take over, whenever that may be down the line in our lifetime. And that's going to be bizarre as well when that does happen. Just because we would have lived through 3 monarchies then. But again, that's all speculation. Don't want to get into that now. Do you think them 3 subs we've made already, we've got 2 left, obviously, but I think what you mentioned before, the fact that we ain't got no game, it's literally going to be a national morning, no games until further notice. That's why he's brought them 3 players on.
I think he's just put them on to try and finish this game up to it, to be honest, yeah.
Might be a bit of both. Could be a bit of both, to be honest.
It's not pretty, though, is it?
Not pretty at all.
No.
I suppose the only The only thing that's obviously going to benefit out of all this is Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I don't get is I understand they could look like this, but it's almost like they'd never even practiced together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I can understand if
Sunday
you're off
league
by a
team,
little bit.
yeah.
It doesn't even look like as like, all right, here's our starting 11 proposed for the week for Thursday. Nothing was done where they actually played together and like moved together and understood where everybody would be at certain points in the build up. It's like none of that happened. And if that's the case, then that's not good because you have to. These players need to know where they need to be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this isn't. I mean, because we can't. We're not playing. 11 players for all 50 games of a season. It's just not going to happen. So this worked. That's why I wanted
Jesus
rotation.
is coming on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, he wants that third goal to just get out of here. I mean, if you look at the PSV and Bodo are it's 1-1 right now, and PSV is at home. So
Really? Okay.
and they're in what minute are they in right now? They're in the
I'll change my stuff then. One sec.
let's see this thing. Yeah, they're in the 78th minute. So yeah.
Save. Yeah, I've just changed my my Twitter pick as well to go with Rob down on here. So it's now show respect and all that.
Arsenal misfit. That's always been my claim is that we need more rotation so we don't see games like this where these players look like they've never played in whatever system Arteta has in place.
I don't get why we played so bad though. Do you know what I mean? Like
I said, I don't think these guys
got a bad team out. We've got a good side out.
Yeah. I don't think these guys have played enough together, and it doesn't look like they practiced at all either. I mean,
like that's sloppy from Odegaard. That's absolutely sloppy.
Yeah. And you're gonna have to be able to come in to games like this, right? If we're losing and we bring him in, he's got to be at his best, right?
They all have.
We just don't.
Sam saying he hasn't been able to see the game, but he's hoping Marquinhos and Vieira both look good. Marquinhos has got the goal and assist for this game, Sam, but for both goals. He's been on both goals, looked solid. Look for again, for his first start and all that, can't complain at all.
That's shocking.
Vieira's had a few moments where he's given the ball away sloppily, but apart from that, again, solid performance, nothing to complain about. But then the A team have come on, and they're not exactly pulling up strings themselves so far.
Says everything though that he's had to send all the A team players on, innit?
But again, as I say, does that mean? I mean, not does it mean? Do you think with the news that's come out that's had a part in it as well, not just in the game out, but
yeah, potentially.
No
I thought, well, the game's not going to go out on Sunday. Get them on, innit? But I think if we had done the job properly, then I don't think he brings them on whatsoever. Do you know what I mean? He's been forced to bring them on, which doesn't look good on some of the players that are playing today.
Yeah.
Because ideally, you'd rather give these players 90 minutes, isn't it? Like he's not taking off the types of like some Martinelli, is he?
No. Yeah, and and Vieira is the one person I thought would get 90 minutes today because he's supposed to be second to Erdogan, right? That's why we brought him in. I mean,
exactly.
We didn't spend all that money for him not to be able to give you 30 minutes in the first game he's available for, 90 minutes. I mean, but I mean, I think I think if anybody, he was the one player that needed to get the 90 minutes, good or bad.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to bring in, Jesus and Saka. Now he's playing with the first teamers around him.
Yeah, he basically is. He's basically got the first team playing. Like the only player that's not playing at present is Saliba.
Yeah.
And Ramsdale.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of shows you how far away we are from Champions League because, we have to be able to rotate these players in and out now. and not just for European games, but more for Premier League games. So they don't have to play, on short weeks, short week rest.
Mate, until we upgrade on that centre midfield, Jay, right, and get the right centre midfielders in, we're always going to not be to the level we are. Need to be, because Sammy Lukonga, he's not ready to be at that level, is he? Let's be honest. Like, if we're being frankly honest, he's not ready to be at that level.
No, he always needed that. He always needed the first 2 seasons at Arsenal. He needed to be the occasional squad player that pops in every now and then, once in a blue moon.
Yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, I mean, he needs kind of the Saliba treatment for a year.
Yeah,
just playing in. I don't think he played in this position the way he's playing now.
No.
So he needs like a year of playing like this full time and not have to be concerned about minutes. And now we're not going to be able to give him the minutes.
Shocking, Odegaard again.
It's in a sitter. Oh, dear.
Still 1-1 over there.
Oh, PSV still, okay.
Oh my! I can see that pass from Erdogan.
Do you know what else concerns me? We can't keep clean sheet at the moment either.
But again, before obviously stuff came out, and I was trying to say, all the goals we've given away this season, we've had 2 clean sheets in all our games, but the goals we've given away have been from our own doing.
Yeah, even today.
Yeah.
Our own doing. Give the penalty away.
Yeah, Nemeth made a point. Yeah, still forced him because with the Queen Mother as well, we had lots of concerns with her health, but she always has lasted for like 15, 20 years with her health being a concern. Hence why she got to. And that's why I thought that Elizabeth would do what her mum did and get past the 100 mark.
Well, it was a waste of her free kick.
It's like some of these players, some of our players are going half.
I'm gonna look on. I just don't know, mate. I don't. He just seems to play at a very slow pace.
Yeah, it's been like the entire game.
A very slow pace.
So they can't put that down to the news either, because it's been the entire game.
It's scary, isn't it? Like without Partey.
How lacking we are in that midfield, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, we're massively lacking. Oh, that's got to be better, Saka, as well. You've got to do better than that. Got to do better than that. He's had all that space and then that.
That's the problem. If you give him too much space, that's too much time, it's too much thinking, and then nothing comes out of it sometimes. I mean, he's got tons of space.
What the hell's going on?
Thinking. Too much thinking.
Like basically, Marquinhos has got us out of a hole today.
And just nothing comes of it. Oh, come on. You telling me from this he gets nothing? Does he even put a cross in? Nope. Wow. I mean, I understand why he has to have an extra touch. Just put your foot through that thing. Come on.
I just don't understand the Conga's header there, mate. I ain't brought on this guy, mate. Do you know that? I ain't brought on this guy. What the fuck is that about? When you see this header, what's this header?
Here comes the freak. Here comes the corner. Wow.
See the header?
Yeah.
No,
did he just go straight up and down, right?
Not from Samby.
Go on. could save. Jesus went close.
Yeah, the starters are back in, Steven, because there's probably no games on for at least 8 days.
Be longer.
And like once again, this hurts your squad because the players that should have been getting minutes, don't look like they deserved it, and then you had to bring on your starters, and then what? You're not going to sit them out for over 8 days, are you?
Oh, what is that?
That's a nice pass, and we're going to get something out of this.
No,
you kid! Why are you taking an extra touch?
This is shit, mate. Honestly, today's been shocking, mate.
Jesus with the extra touch. I mean, come on. You had all the time in the world to get your feet right.
Shocking.
And it could have been. It looks like they're trying to draw another PK. I mean,
Arteta can't be happy with this performance.
No.
What is that cat? My God. Another one who concerns me, mate.
What's that?
Gabriel. He
this is why I wouldn't have started him tonight.
mate. See what he does there, mate. It's just
take him out because we didn't know what's coming. Take him out of tonight and have him rested for the weekend. Before we knew what was coming today.
See, the problem for me is White should be the one getting center back minutes, meaning because that's what he plays.
They've got a free kick right on the edge of the area here. Yeah, right.
That's his position.
We've got a free kick right on the edge of the area. I don't know how we made this game like this, mate. This all starts from Gabriel, mate. I'm telling you now, right? He is starting to become a problem for me. I don't care if he scores goals. He's defensive play at times, just absolutely shocking.
Again, it's like he's switched off as well. Like as you say, we thought he had like competition. He's playing out of his backside. Literally, the second is like no competition for his position. We're seeing this.
He needs to do more, mate.
Probably more regular now.
Have they given it offside? If they've given it offside, mate, we're well lucky there, mate. I think they've given it offside. They've given it offside. We're so lucky there.
Because there's a VAR system, isn't there?
No, so lucky there, mate. Yeah, again, mate, he's got him for another header. He's totally missed it. He's given it a free. Mate, he's absolutely atrocious, mate. What's going on with him? What is going on in his head at the moment? He was clearly to fault Aston Villa. He got out of Fulham. He got out of jail. Yeah. Against Man United, mate, he come recklessly out.
First goal.
And I think he's been absolutely shit here again tonight, mate, if I'm being totally honest with you. I'll drop him. Now you got Tommy Assi back. Four minutes of injury time. Mate, he's worrying me, mate. You'll watch again in a minute. He starts and stops.
Mr. Tom saying in the chat, putting my football hat back on, I think Arsenal should get 18 points out of 18 and hope that Sevilla doesn't finish third in the UEFA Champions League.
I've been here, Mr. Tom. You just gotta get your eyes checked, man.
To be fair to Gary, he did pop in when it was 1-0. He said he went 2-1, so... Oh my God, good save from Turner.
It's that bad, mate. We're time wasted in Zürich.
Oh, fucking hell. 4 minutes injury time and we're out of here.
He ain't happy, mate. He's fuming.
I don't blame him.
Mate, honestly, if I was him tonight, mate, I'd absolutely fucking let rip, mate. Honestly, I'd let rip.
And I literally, and again, it'd be like
It's
you can't put it down to Nennies at half time that we got because
mate, we were shocking in the first half.
Yeah, you're piss poor in the first half.
And if I'm going to be quite brutal and frankly honest, right? How many English players are actually playing?
Holding, Tierney's Scottish, so they've got Tierney, Eddie Nketiah. That's it, I think.
It's not. This performance is just not acceptable, mate. And this is what we got in our locker. We're making Zürich look like a team that, like they're second to bottom of their league. They're second to bottom of their league. They've conceded. They've got a -16 goal difference.
We can't get more than 2 goals on them. So there you go.
Jesus is breaking. Oh, that is. Here we go. Oh.
Yeah, it's just been the whole night going through the motions and all that. And again, I'm sorry they can't put it down to the breaking news that happened at half time, just on half time, because they were this poor in the first half. Again,
I just think
sessions going through the motions and all that.
Yeah, but we can't use that.
Bodo should have scored there.
We can't use that excuse because they were that poor in the first half.
Gabe, mate, honestly, this geezer, he's worrying me.
Nemeth saying Roma's losing, apparently. I don't even know who Roma are playing, by the way.
Oh.
But the Conference League champions are losing.
Isn't this supposed to be the easiest game we got in the
this
group? This is the easiest team to play.
Yeah, it's the easiest team by far, mate.
I know everybody says they won the league last year, but this is not the same team that won the league last year.
Mate, we're literally like almost hanging on, but we get into the last minute, they're counter-attacking. It's gone over the bar, but this is where I can't trust us, mate. Like these kind of performance creeping everywhere, don't they? These kind of performance creeping everywhere.
Well, and this is why you need to rotate your players. One, because obviously they don't know how Arteta wants us to play, and we know from the first 11, that's how he wants them to play. Like these players, like I said, Vieira is one person I thought would get more minutes. Marquinhos did us proud today.
He has, mate. He's the highlight. It's all over. Honestly, I'm shocked.
Like Tierney and Tomiyasu should have made it so easy that they did not get much possession of the ball, and they got a lot of it as things started to just get. We started to look really, really poor out there. You put your starting fullbacks in there, should make things a little bit easier for us, but not so much.
This Lukonga guy is not ready, nowhere near ready, mate. We need people like Partey back ASAP. Like it's really concerning how weak we are in centre midfield when we lose one player.
Whistle should be blowing soon, right? Or blowing.
Like we can probably afford to lose a Xhaka because we could put a Vieira there. Do you know what I mean? But in that deep line player making role, right, that Partey plays, right, we've literally. Yeah, we got El Neni, but we know he's out for months now. And El Neni's not the answer anyway. Yeah, he done well for us at the end of last season, but he's not the answer.
Well, El Neni, I will keep saying this, is the second option off the bench if Partey's out.
Yeah.
And Lukonga was never ahead of him. So that means we just had a hole. And then now El Neni's out too. I mean, we basically don't have any cover for Partey's position at all because Lukonga, as I believe, needs more time somewhere else.
You're right, mate. You're absolutely right.
I mean, initially I thought those moves they made bringing in Lukonga and Tavares were going to work out because they did their research. But if Tavares can't play fullback. Where did they see him play defense where they went, oh, his defense is solid. That's good. We'll bring him in if Tierney's injured. Nope. And Lukonga, he says he's a 6, but he doesn't play like it.
Well, I heard that he was going to be the next Cola. He was going to be the next Tory, isn't he? Not Cola, Yaya. He's like the next Yaya Tory. I ain't seen anything to tell me that he's the next Yaya Tory.
It doesn't start. I mean, okay, he's not big, so he's not going to hold up the ball. But then when he does get the ball, you're like, all right, let's start some type of attack here, and he doesn't want to do that either. So, what is he doing? What does he do?
Yeah.
Well, we got the win. We got 3 points.
The win.
Got the win. Got the points. Top of the group.
I don't. I mean, this is where other fans will look at us and go, "Well, you got the win." You can't play like this consistently and then expect to get something out of the next match. It only gets tougher from here, right? If Zürich is like one of the worst teams in the group, and you struggled against them, PSV and Boda just drew. Those are next, and we play what we think PSV back to back, right?
They got PSV. Well, I don't know what's going on next Thursday, but next Thursday, as it stands, we've got PSV. But league-wise, we've got no games until further notice. But yeah, PSV's going to be next week at home, meant to be.
We played Boda
I don't know what's going to go on there because obviously there's a bit more notice to maybe postpone it to after the international break. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Yeah. But then after that, it's match day 3 and 4, or home and away to Sam's team in Norway, Bodo Glimt.
Will they play a game on a Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday?
What's that?
Will they play a match on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday?
No, I don't think so.
The reason why I ask is how they're going to make up that game until December.
It's got to be where we have between now and the World Cup a free midweek.
But we don't have any, right? I thought we didn't have any.
I've just been told that the train strikes are now being suspended
because of this. Yeah, because of what's happened.
Like I'm looking at the schedule, and up until November we play.
Yeah, we're pretty much playing a week.
We have a game every midweek except for during the international break.
I mean, that's the same. I don't know what this is up to Uefa now. Uefa have got to organise this now, and that side of things.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't. Like I said, that's why I was asking if they would play on a Tuesday because there is a midweek game all the way through.
Yeah, because again, I know it's not English. It's not run by the English, so it's the UEFA Cup-based competition. But because it is national morning, UEFA would be forced to say move it to another date before the World Cup, or split the points between the two teams because of the situation. I don't know. Honestly, again, we haven't been in a situation. So we have to wait and see on that side of things. But we do know, obviously, weekend-wise, both Premier League, WSL, and all other events up and down the country have all been postponed until further notice because of what's come on at half-time today. We do know that much. And then, obviously, probably does co-align with, was it Brentford the following week, you said, around that time?
Well, I can't see the Brentford game going there because I'm sure they're at the funerals around that, Saturday or Sunday. Yeah.
So basically, the next game, you're going to see Premier League-wise or WSL. Well, Premier League-wise, the next Premier League game is going to be North London Derby, basically, unless we're told different. That's our next Premier League game now, unless we're told different with Brentford. WSL won't get underway until, again, the North London Derby probably. So match day 1 and 2 will be postponed until further date because of what's happened, because of the timing and all that. The only thing is that UEFA have got to do what they've got to do in terms of the English teams playing at home during this national morning. Obviously, I know United are playing tonight at home, but that was last. I don't know if that game's going ahead or not. Last time we checked, it was. But again, obviously with Arsenal's game next week, they've got more time to plan ahead on that one. That's down to them to sort that out. Yeah. So you won't be seeing Arsenal play for a while now, more likely.
That's crazy. Like you said, the next match might not be until North London Derby. That's
going to be weird. It's going to be weird. in terms of not having to come on in and just switch off from it all for a bit. But we'll work. But the thing is, guys, I will work things out. I will find things to do content-wise to help everyone through this moment in time that we're going be going through, not just in the UK, but obviously all the Commonwealths as well that are connected. So I will reach out. We will sort something out to fill the void of no matches and all that. So don't worry about that. I'll do my bit as well on that side of things. Say go. Have you got anything coming up with your podcast?
Well, I was going to have, I guess I'll be on Arsenal fan circle today, so we'll talk about the game. As far as my shows, usually, I'll probably have my shows, but there probably won't be any football to talk about on Saturday, most likely, and then Monday as well. So we shall see. But thanks for having me on, Liam. It's been great. Ryan, the chat.
Yeah, no worries, guy. Yeah, no worries. Again, in the circumstances, cheers for coming on and obviously taking part in all that. Liam, have you got anything coming up on your channel?
No, I was going to have the Cannon and Paul tonight, but that's been cancelled.
Because of
not sure it's really appropriate.
Yeah,
I don't think it's appropriate for tonight, to be fair. That's been cancelled. So we'll see what happens over the weekend. And nothing really planned, mate. Now, to be honest, no games probably.
Just played by ear, haven't we? As I say, that's what I'm going to be having to do. Find something to do in terms of giving helping yourselves and other people out in terms of taking the mind off things when they can and all that. And but it's a bit.
It's just a bit of a shock, innit? Obviously, halfway through the game and all that. I guess you just need to take yourselves away, see what's going on, and then kind of make decisions from there, really. But God rest her, man. Absolute legend. Incredible reign. I think Sam said it earlier on. We won't ever see that kind of longevity ever again.
No,
she's a hero. That's my final words, mate.
And I think with that, I don't think Joel's going to be coming back because I think he was pretty hard hit with that news as well. So I can't see Joel coming back by the looks of it. So we are going to wrap things up. As I say, football-wise, in terms of the live football content, obviously we're not going to have any of that until further notice. Probably the North London Derby now, start of next month, end of this month, starting next month. WSL and the Premier League aside, respectively. Again, in terms of Europa League, we'll keep you updated on that as we find out information on that near the time. We'll obviously keep you updated on that. If it does go ahead next Thursday, we'll come back and we'll do that for you guys as well. Again, probably best for us to do it as well. Just keep our minds off things. Obviously, a week on from everything, just to see how everyone's checking in everyone and all that. Going to try and sort of, as I say, other than that, I'm going to try and see what I can do in terms of provide content for you guys to help, just to take your mind off things and this, that, and the other if you are being affected by today's news. And other than that, I'm not going to do what I usually do and promote other stuff and bits and pieces. Not I don't think it's appropriate to promoting other bits and pieces for the channel or whatever. As I say, this Joel's coming in to give his say. 1 second to bring Joel in. Hi, Joel. You okay? Circumstances aside, obviously.
Yeah. Interesting second half. I have to say, I was really impressed with Marquinhos. For me, I personally give him man of the match. I think to come on as a kid at the age of 18, to score how he did with a brilliant finish, with full sprint, I think just shows the passion of the kid. And it's definitely someone I'd have on the bench. If you're going through one of those games where you need that injection of energy, you need that, that spark and hunger, I think that's a kid, isn't it? That is one hell of a kid to have sat there. And he's only going to get better with games, isn't he? So, let's keep feeding the kid with more games and go from there, really. I think that'll do him the world of good to get some some Premier League games off the bench and keep running him in the Europa. And I think it won't be too long before you'd see him feature. I think he looked really good today. Matt Turner didn't have too much to do, did he? But when he was a bit flappy in the first half. But I think it's another one of those, isn't it, where it's first time with the gloves on properly. It's a nervous time, and you're out to make the impression, like Fabio Vieira as well, almost trying too hard sometimes, wasn't he, to try and force the game along. But I think good all-round performance. We got the 3 points, and that's all that matters. I think that's what today was about, to settle the nerves and get a good start.
Yeah.
And roll on the next game, really. Everton, innit, at home?
Well, it's been postponed. National morning.
Yeah,
it was meant to be, obviously, but obviously with what's happened. Until further notice, all sporting events, music events, and as they were saying before, have all been postponed until further notice.
Well,
during the national
and to
morning.
be fair, why
But
not?
the only thing we don't know is how UEFA are going to deal with the English teams.
Europa.
Not Europa for us, Champions League as well for the English teams at home. Bobby.
Well, we'll see.
There's Bobby.
Hey!
Get him up. There he is.
Future striker.
Can we have a close up on him, right up to the camera?
Simba. That's Simba.
Hello.
Hey! It's Uncle Joe.
Hello, Uncle Joe.
Your other half's going to be like, what the hell?
Uncle Joe. Oh.
He's cheering us up. He's cheering us up.
Yeah. Got Uncle Gary as well. Don't forget Uncle Gary.
You're going to be after him in November, boy. When you got your England shirt on, you're going to be after him.
I'm sorry you're going to be crying, little man. But sometimes it's got to man up, as they say. Teach him young,
Man
right?
up. What?
Mate, he's definitely getting an England shirt for that game.
Bloody hell, mate. I'd paint his head with an England flag.
Just rub the salt in it. Like, there you go, guys. Shut up.
No, honestly,
I'm hoping it's a good match. I hope you guys don't get.
Yeah, it will be.
I hope it's a good one, though. That's what. If it's not a good one, then one of us will be crying.
It's like it weren't like today's game, eh? It's like
man, we'll be all sleeping. Well, you're talking about me sleeping, and we all be sleeping because this game is terrible.
Like I say, you just want the 3 points, don't you?
Yeah, that's all you need. Yep. Especially on the first one, right? It's the first match, right?
I don't really care this season about. Don't get me wrong. I want to see great football. We all do, don't we? You know, that's a fact. But those games where you really sweat it out and dig deep to get those wins are the games that really matter, aren't they? They're the points that we should have had last season, where we should have dug down and really got the job done. And this team does seem to have a bit of a different mentality. We've been down a couple of times and we've bounced back, or gone 1-1 and pushed on. So, today just proves that again from an even younger side. So it's good to see the mentality going to the core of the team, isn't it? So,
yeah. As I said before, Marquinhos, we're getting for an 18-year-old for his first start for Arsenal. Again, it's very Martinelli vibes in terms of how he's coming.
The attack was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. He didn't go backwards. And they're the players that frighten you because they just constantly, they get the ball and they think, we're going for goal. And there's no messing about.
It's quality of that finish as well, isn't it? The quality of the finish.
Oh, yeah.
At his age, just put that in the top corner. He's going to be good. I think. You could tell. You always can tell when you look at some 4 game, can't you? You think, I think he's going to be good for us.
Yeah, just the way he handles the ball and the touches and just.
And that cross was an incredible cross, wasn't it?
Yeah, another good bit of business, isn't it? It's another bit of clever business. So.
Again, it could be a thing of this Europa League more than anything. The likes of Marquinhos and Fabio Vieira using it as a platform to get themselves starting in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Everybody that plays in these, that's got to be on their mind.
Knows.
Yeah.
I think that should send a signal out to Saka tonight. He's got competition in terms of the right hand side. That's where Marquinhos played most of the night. He's got competition now.
Yeah, and
He's not going to be
Vieira. He's going to be another one. Going to be fighting for any position he can get into.
Any position.
I think the guy's going to care. He just wants to play football.
Yeah,
and I think he'll happily go in any of those front three positions because he wants to get the games. So
did Vieira even get a shot today? Because I'm like, I was just
honestly, I can't remember now because if it had gone on, I haven't really paid attention.
I was like, I mean, after what he did in the 15 minutes last week, on the weekend, I was like, well, if he does anything like that today, he'll score. And I don't think he even got. It didn't seem like he got a shot off today.
Is the main night going to be postponed? By the way,
I don't think it's got to be postponed, is it?
I think that's on today, isn't it?
Yeah, because I know I'm on BT now and I'm having a look, but they're showing something else. Completely different.
No, there's lineups.
Yeah, they were getting. I know they were warming up.
Yeah, I mean, I would have thought if it's called up, Premier League would say something. They haven't said anything about it yet, so.
Yes, there's not actually been an answer yet. It goes the government is not expected to announce any other business unless urgent to allow the focus to fall completely on the Queen. Major sporting events, including football and cricket matches, could now be postponed as a mark of respect.
They should. I'll be shocked if the games go ahead this weekend. That includes WSL and all that. I know it's opening weekend, but circumstances prevail.
That Bodo, they got a draw at PSV, didn't they?
Yeah, guys, keeping us updated on that. Yeah.
I'll tell you though, Hearts fans are definitely not going to be happy.
Go on. How bad was it?
Hearts lost 4-0 to Istanbul at home.
Yeah, I've seen it at home. Bloody hell. Have they got a new manager as well, Hearts?
I don't know.
And that's conference, by the way, for anyone's not known. That's Europa Conference League.
And I'm still baffled. Oh, sorry, I haven't got very long. I'm still baffled as to Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah, you can call him anything.
I'm absolutely baffled by that. I still don't get it. I don't know what Chelsea manager's got to do to stay. And to think when we were saying, 14 managers, wasn't it? 14 managers in 19 seasons.
Yeah. Under Roman, yeah.
That's meant. Well, yeah, 13 under Roman, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then one
this
under
one
the new.
over, yeah.
100 days after the new guys have turned up.
After his 100th game as well.
You've just given the guy 250 million to spend, and you sacked him after what? Four games, 5 games. I think that's mental.
Yeah,
absolutely mental. And that's the sort of thing that makes people turn off football matches because they think it's ridiculous. We had Wenger for 20 years through the ups and downs. Man United had Ferguson through the ups and downs. I just don't get it.
Like I said, it's not even a football decision because it can't be. There's no way Todd Bowley knows anything about football to say, it's a football decision, so this is why we're making these maneuvers.
That manager's resume as well. And now they've brought in the guy from Brighton. No offence to him. He's a good manager. But you've just sacked a world-class manager.
They've replaced him with a mini cruise.
I can tell you, this is Nuno Santos at that team. Basically, you're bringing in somebody who needs to he's going to have, if it was his way, they probably wouldn't have brought in any of those players just because he probably wouldn't want to be able to get what he wants out of them.
Yeah, well,
so
Aubameyang shot himself in the foot, and he's gone there to be with.
Good.
We were to
be with him. And,
Good. I'm glad he shot himself in the foot.
Yeah, they're just walking onto the pitch here, so this game.
Both feet.
Right.
He has, mate. He's screwed there now, isn't he?
Well, the thing is, he did that whole when they unveiled him as well. They did like little clips or video clips they recorded him after his photo shoot. It's like, I'm looking forward to working with Tuchel again.
Well, I'm just glad. I'm just glad he didn't get a full back tattoo with him and Tuchel. That's all I'm going to say.
I'm
because
coming
that
home.
would
I'm
have been a
coming
total
home,
blowout.
and they both got their hands wide open as they
I thought
run
he put it in
towards
his
each other.
Yeah. Arms open wide. Next minute, just to let you know, he's gone. Sorry. On that note, I better go. I've got a boxing interview. But
All right.
Yeah.
yeah,
Anyone-
look after
yeah.
yourselves, lads, and
Yeah, you
look
too.
after your families, won't you? I love
Yeah,
that
definitely.
kid. I love that kid. He's
Cheers,
cool.
mate. Thank you.
Just say to, is it your wife or your girlfriend or
Wife to be. Wife to be.
To be.
bloody
To
hell,
be.
mate? If she pops out kids like that, mate, she's a keeper. Beautiful little boy.
Oh dear.
No, you
Yeah,
take
well,
care.
nothing to do with me, mate. Nothing to do with me.
Well, mate,
You were there for
you
a
know
couple
where to put the
seconds, right?
when you get married, mate, you know where to put the compliments. That's all I'm going
Yeah.
to say.
Oh yeah.
Take your advice on it.
I've got bruises. I'll see you soon.
Yeah,
See you later, mate.
Joel.
Yeah.
Cheers,
Yeah.
Joel. Oh dear. For everyone, as I say, for everyone else, again, thanks to Liam, Gary, little
Nice,
Bobby
mate.
popping in as well, for a little cameo there. Everyone in the chat, especially in the circumstances that happened halfway through the stream. Thanks, obviously, for coming along and keeping us all company, as I always say. And in terms of keeping us going, especially that second half, me and Liam and goes popping in as well, keeping us going in circumstances, because we were for that, and I do apologise on my side of things that it just took the wind out of us, and yeah, the game sort of went out the window in terms of mindset wise for us as fans. It just went. It was second fault, basically. That makes sense. Look, we move on now. Obviously, West Ham are just coming out. I put the West Ham game on because United games won't turn on for me. They're doing a minute silence applause. I don't know what. I will say this before I wrap things up. Any Switzerland, any Zurich fans at that stadium today that decided to boo near the end of the minute silence, or 2 minutes silence, I think it was 2 minutes in the end. You're a disgrace. Shame on you. There's a time and a place, and that wasn't it. You didn't need to do that. There was no need. No matter what your mindset is on the royal family from an outset or whatever, there's no need for that. But apart from that, yeah, I mean, as I say, we'll keep you guys updated in terms of postponements and non-postponements going forth in the next couple of weeks. In between all that, I'll try and sort out some content for you guys live content for you guys to get your eyes on, basically, again, help you get through this and take your mind off what's going on in the UK. But until then, guys, if you want to subscribe to the channel, feel free. It's completely free. I'm not going to promote the other stuff. It's not the right time for that. But yeah, if you want to check out Gary's channel and Liam's channel and Joel's channel, by the way, as I say, he's doing an interview soon over on his channel. Go and check that out as well. JG Fights Fight Talks. I don't know what it's called now, but anyway. Go and check the channels out, and when we do get around to doing content, give us a thumbs up on it, all basically. Until then, guys, I'm not going to do the outro, but in terms of the video, but as always, up the Arsenal, and God bless the Queen.